All right. Welcome back. Good morning. We got coffee. We got football for you today. 49ers and Texans in Houston. Oh my gosh. This is a big one. It's actually, though, a game that means as little as a game can mean in a football season. I want the Niners to play great today, but no matter what happens, we're not going to overreact to this one. Another win is just them staying on the lead lap. A loss would be a loss on the road to an AFC team, and the 49ers are banged up as hell. Eventually, reality is going to catch up with them here, but I think they can stave it off today. I really do. I like the Niners' chances today. They got a wrinkle that we might see today in terms of Jordan Watkins being active for the very first time in his young career. We're going to see the rookie wide receiver. It's Juwan Jennings, Kendrick Bourne, Demarcus Robinson, Sky Moore, and Jordan Watkins available at wide receiver today. They're going to have Diamador Lenore, Renardo Green, Upton Stout. They are all playing against a very banged up, no Nico Collins, no Christian Kirk, very bad offensive line Houston Texans team. That is a good Texans defense. I think the 49ers can figure out a way to overcome it a little bit today. I like them to win today. As a matter of fact, if you like the 49ers to win today, get on it. Our good friend Ike says a great sandwich for you. What are you doing for lunch today? My man Ike has got something that you can have delivered to your place, hopefully if you live in an Ike's delivery area by halftime. Sign up for that Love Rewards program and get the best sandwich in the world from my man at Ike's. I don't even need to put up the Dubliner billboard. I am one today. The Dubliner in San Francisco is just a great place. Dubliner West Portal to go hang out with your friends, have a drink, have a conversation, watch a game. Where are you watching the World Series? Where are you watching 49er games? Where are you watching college football games? Like, is your college football team the number 2 team in the country? Go Hoosiers. Where are you watching Warriors basketball? Get over to the Dubliner West Portal. They will treat you right. And when it comes time to making a play or two, it is time for you to check out what's going on over at Sleeper, because Sleeper right now will have a $100 deposit match up to $100 when you use promo code Damon, and just use the link in the description of this live stream that you're watching right now. To do that, I got an extra free 20 to just throw at you. Sleeper's got that for you. They've got rocket booster picks. They've got free picks that are just, pretty cool to see. A great user interface, great community. Check out Sleeper. It is the world's fastest growing fantasy site for a reason. And if you're saying, Damon, what are you doing today on Sleeper? Well, I promised myself, absolutely 100% promised myself, I wasn't going to do a 4-legger today. Last night, Jillian and I did something we rarely ever do. We were out in the marina to midnight drinking. We had a buddy's birthday party. So honestly, as always, we appreciate your supers. 50 supers usually equals a bottle pull. I'm not saying I'm hungover, but I am a little oogie this morning. So there will be no whiskey involved in this broadcast. Only deep appreciation and hope that my 4-legger comes in anyways. Because again, I just couldn't resist. CJ Stroud, under 31.5 pass attempts. I see that being out there today. I don't see how much the Texans can throw the ball around when they're so deficient at wide receiver today and with pass protection. Mac Jones, over 21.5 completions. It feels like Kyle trusts him to throw the ball 40 times a game, so that's no problem. As always, we got a Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown. And when I saw Nick Wagner today, who covers the 49ers for ESPN, tweet that Eddie Pinheiro was banging him from 59, he became the 4th leg of my parlay. I said, all right, give me the Eddie Pinheiro over 1.5 field goals today. Let's see if it all comes in. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. And what I really need you to do right now, and hopefully it's no big deal for you and you're willing to do it, is just hit that like button. If you could, please, right now. Tap that like button. It's going to bring more football fans to our live stream. The more you share, the more you chat, the more you interact. I thank you very much. And we are about to kick off here in Houston. It's great to have you here today. You could be anywhere, but you choose to be here, so we really appreciate that. Okay. Houston wearing all blue today. Monochromatic Houston 49ers in their traditional road garb. And, Houston's got a very special H in the middle of their field. This is some sort of a, alternate Houstonish uniform that I'm really not familiar with. I haven't seen this Houston helmet before, really. I'm not saying I don't like it. It's just hard to see. All right. CJ Stroud coming out here. That means the 49ers will be getting the ball to start the third quarter. It's going to be Houston opening on offense today. Ooh, sip of the day is already just popping, and we needed that. We needed some coffee here today, no doubt. I see Jay Boogie saying, do we get our first interception today? It has been 14 straight games, 442 straight pass attempts without an interception. Very first play of the game, incomplete for CJ Stroud. And we are underway. Yeah, Josh Dubois sharing that. That's something else. An NFL record 14 straight games without an interception. Isn't that something else? That's remarkable. I hope it happens today. I think it could happen today because you're going to have, again, a bad line, bad protection means a quarterback is sped up more than he wants to be. And without the targets out there, maybe somebody breaks off a wrong route, a weak route, doesn't run a good route, and, a corner jumps in front of it. We'll see what happens here. But 2nd and 10. And what are we going? It's taking forever here between first down and second down. Let's go. All right. There's the handoff right up the middle. All right. Look at my box scores open. Make sure I got the ability to share with you the things we need to share with you when we need to share it. Again, these 10 a.m. starts, man. After a big, I can't remember the last time I was in the marina to midnight. Good God. 3rd and 1. CJ Stroud completes it for a first down, couple of yards. Let me get my everything I need open and I can see it. Here we go. Already with a couple supers in here. For the Sage Football Takes, Bree Tucker, thank you very, very much. I don't know about any Sage, but it's great to have you here. And Gary just decided to put $2 in the ganja jar. Thank you very much, Gary. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. And here we go. 1st and 10 now for Houston, approaching midfield. Again, they have Nick Chubb, take it right up the middle. Nick Chubb's carried the ball twice. He's averaging 7 yards. So right away, the 49ers got to get better in the middle of this defense. We'll see what Robert Saleh does today. Obviously the familiarity amongst coaching staffs with D'Amico and Saleh and Shanahan. These guys all run deep together. They know how each other think. And that could be a little bit of a wrinkle this afternoon. CJ Stroud on 2nd and 5, avoids a little pressure, gets it to Berrios. First down for Houston. I would agree with you here, JP, from the 510. We are going to need to hear Michael Williams' name today. I'd love to see him get home on Stroud. No Bryce Huff out there this afternoon. It's about pushing defensive line problems about as far as it can go for a football team. So what I really hope happens is that nobody else gets hurt today. Can the 49ers actually get through a football game without another serious injury or an injury that costs a player a game? Could that happen? I mean, if a guy's got to pop into a blue tent and pop out of it, that's called football. But good God, the 49ers are constantly flying guys directly to the hospital because everybody's hurt. By the way, you can totally tell that there is a who can have the best looking pipes contest going on with NFL head referees. All these guys are hitting their preacher curls right now. Don't you think? It's the most jacked refereeing era in football history. All right, so Houston looking at 1st and 15 after a penalty here. CJ throws it for it would have been a minimal completion, but they're saying that is out of bounds. Hutchinson was out of bounds when he came down with that, so incomplete, going to be 2nd and 15. Again, an advantageous down. Keep 2nd and 15, a play that generates a 3rd and long. You don't want 3rd and very, very makeable here, so that's usually done with a little pressure. That's done with not falling for any little screen action. Again, I don't think Houston's got an awful lot to attack deep downfield with today. A run that does not go hardly anywhere. Couple of yards at best. So it's going to be 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11, and for the first time today, 49ers defense, I'm looking at you and saying, hey, get off the field. Refs are part-time. Yeah, I know, man. But these guys, I don't know, steroids. All I'm telling you is that you got dudes doing preacher curls 10 minutes before kickoff. I'm certain. CJ Stroud completes a pass in the middle of a soft defensive set, and it's a 1st down. Damn it. CJ found that right in the middle, and good effort there. Braxton Berrios. Don't let this guy become a problem today. '49ers did a little too much hitting and not enough tackling on that play. So now the Texans are just outside of the red zone. They're on about the 35-yard line, and CJ dropping way back looking to do something. He's going to have to just throw it away, and we got a flag here. I think it's against D. Winters. Or this might be an ineligible receiver downfield, an eligible man downfield. Ineligible man downfield on Houston. There you go. Okay. Quit cheating, Houston, with your fancy Blue H helmets. Old guys struggle in the morning. Hey, old guy was out to like midnight last night with his wife, had the kids with the grandparents. Old guy had a fun night last night. It's good. Old guys need that. But yes, it's a little, like I said, I'm not hungover, but I am a little oogie. It's a little oogie this morning. Again, just last week, Seattle ripped apart this Houston offense. You know, that was in Seattle with a much healthier defense than the 49ers got. CJ under a little bit of pressure there. Beautiful point of attack tackle by Diamador Lenore. Was just all over Maine right there, so he's not going to pick up anything, and that's going to be 3rd and 7. And you'd like to do something here on 3rd and 7 if you're the 49ers defense, because you're officially already looking at Houston in field goal range. You know, not liking this soft start, but it's early. Hey, 49ers, you know, what choice do they have to play but bend, don't break defense the way that they're constructed? And it's actually worked for them. Ooh, little blitz here on 3rd down. And the 49ers make a tackle. Malik Mustafa is going to come up. Upton Stout is in on that as well. And it is going to be first decision time for D'Amico Ryans. He is going to be looking at 4th and 1. He's in field goal range, but New football means you go for it right here. CJ Stroud remains on this football field. Houston will be going for it on 4th 1, and we have our first official moment of this football game. All right, let's see how this moment goes for Robert Saleh's defense. 4th and 1. Tight formation from Houston. CJ Stroud, with a second effort, I think, rolled himself on a quarterback sneak into a first down. For a minute there, it looked like he might get stood up, but unfortunately, Stroud just rolls over the pile and picks it up. And welcome to modern football. Welcome to modern football. Your entire life on an opening drive that's been a field goal your entire life, but not anymore. Here we go. A little more coffee. And a little more tackling, hopefully, for the 49ers here. It's not been a great opening drive for this defense. No, we were not at Silver Clouds karaoke. So it was, we met a couple people. Joe said, what bars were you at in the marina last night? We started at the Marina Lounge, like so many stories begin on Chestnut Street. We started at the Marina Lounge, and then our friend Patrick, who owns Monahan's, had a 50th birthday party. So they shut down Monahan's for a private party starting at 9:00. And so we spent our night at Monahan's, basically. It was fun. My buddy Patrick, great guy, awesome spot, just a pillar of the marina. And he even, he's got turntables now. He DJ'd a little bit last night, which is just a beautiful midlife crisis. I love it. All right, here you go. 49ers, 1st and 10, just outside the 20. That's where Houston sits right now. Chubb to the right, but he doesn't get much. D. Winters was all over that. Nice tackle for D. Winters right there. Gary saying, hey, longer drive, bigger chances of failure. I guess that's one way to look at it. Yeah, there's one thing happening right now, and that is an awful lot of clock gobble going on by this Houston Texans team. They've already had the ball for 8 minutes. Yeah, if your average NFL game gives you what? Maybe 10 possessions? The 49ers, before they've even touched the ball, are probably down to 9 just based on remaining time. It's a big, long drive by Houston to open up. Pass to Chubb. By the way, Stroud has started 6 for 8, 40 yards. He's completed passes to Berrios, Chubb, Higgins, and Jalen Noel. Jared Wayne as well. 49ers offense hasn't even hit the field yet. We are approaching 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1 for Houston. And that is an incredible tackle. That is a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Jair Brown just came flying up and makes a big stick behind the line of scrimmage. It is going to take 4th and 1 and turn it into 4th and 2. And that is some really nice safety play in the run support right there. Wow, he just stepped into a hole and boom. Very nice play. Jair Brown. Hello. Okay. So now 4th and 2. Is D'Amico taking the field goal? Yeah. 4th and 1, you stay aggressive. 4th and 2, you're probably not looking to pick up 2. So Fairbairn comes on in and he drives one through, and it is Houston 3, 49ers nothing, holding Houston to a field goal on that opening drive. That's the way to go, baby. That is a good, all things considered, rep for the 49ers defense. There's no doubt about that. Hold on. We need to get the world's most accurate, the world's most advanced score bug. Again, this is why I would make a terrible producer, because, all this stuff should have been done pre-show, but I slept as long as I could. I got out of bed, made coffee, hopped in the shower, came down here, started the show. So hopefully we'll, get a little bit more underneath us as we go along today. But there you go. It's Texans 3, 49ers 0, and it is officially good to have you here for another live watch stream. Again, we've already got 200 people in the room just over on YouTube, another 200-ish watching over on X, and just for giggles, we put this on Twitch, so 6 kids watching video games could also watch this today. So that's exciting. And it is really good to have you here. Please hit like and subscribe. This video will be found by more people the more you lean in and hit like. And I would really appreciate it if you did that. If you hit subscribe, we will eventually, hopefully, reach our goal, which is an aggressive goal of getting to 50,000 subs by the 49ers bye week. We're about 2,000 shy. We just crossed 4,800 subscriptions. So we need about 2,000 in the next month and a half, and we'll see if we can get there. It's going to be up to you to get us there, really. Hitting that subscribe button. Again, if you are watching over on X, if you're watching on Twitter, on Twitch, somewhere else that isn't on YouTube, if you could pop open that YouTube app and just hit like and subscribe, I sure would appreciate it. We don't even have 100 likes yet on this show, which means, what are you waiting for? As always, we thank Sleeper for getting us up and underway as a sponsor this year here on the Plus. It is great to have Sleeper. An interesting week for sports and gambling, thanks to the NBA. If there ever was an interesting week, we just certainly had it. But I'll tell you, there are a few things in play over on Sleeper that I got to let you know about, because it is fantastic. Of course, at all times, you're a responsible adult here who makes good choices when it comes to gambling at all times. Let's say you're Terry Rozier. You're not banging your unders. You're not that kind of person if you're watching this. So thank you very much for being a responsible participant in the world of sports gambling now, and get a $100 deposit up to $100. Get a match when you use promo code Damon on the link in the description in this video. We got a return and the 49ers special teams on the field, and nothing catastrophic happened. It's a freaking miracle. It's a freaking miracle. So the 49ers offense is going to get the ball here, but thanks to Sleeper, thanks to Ike's, thanks to Dubliner West Portal, all of our sponsors, we certainly appreciate it, but mostly thank you so much to all of you for coming back here over and over again and spending your very, very special, precious time with little old me. Okay, so a couple of supers came in here. Says, I feel there's going to be an interception today. SP, try to speak it into existence. We got first down. We got Christian McCaffrey not going very, very far. Carried to the right. We also get a flag on the play here, so we'll see what that does. There is a McCaffrey ornament at Hallmark this year. It's fantastic. Christian McCaffrey, the ornament. I mean, this guy gets it all done. We have false start. First play of the game. Oh, no, illegal formation. Illegal formation. Like, Kyle, that is literally what you're supposed to do all year long to make sure you just don't get that. By the way, 65-yard rushing touchdown for Saquon Barkley in New York. Welcome on back. Oh, my gosh. Every time Saquon Barkley does something, you know Giants fans die a little inside. It is 1st and 14. Thanks to this really odd, convoluted start for the 49ers. We got Mac just giving a little belly handoff up front to McCaffrey, who picks up maybe 6, 5, something right there. Hang that McCaffrey ornament. By the way, I'd like to hang a win on Sleeper today. And for that, I need under 31.5 pass attempts for C.J. Stroud. I need over 21.5 completions for Mac Jones. Christian McCaffrey, anytime touchdown. Always need that for the Niners to win a game, I would think. And Eddie Pinheiro was apparently just striping them in warm-up today. And when I heard that, I said, okay, maybe Kyle takes a couple shots with Eddie that he might not normally take. So I took Pinheiro over 1.5 field goals. Mac Jones rolls to his right, decides to tuck the ball and run for a first down. Mac, first down, but we got a flag on the play. Where is this flag? Is this going to be on holding? And if it's on holding, was it on Jauan Jennings for when Mac became a runner? Face mask against Jauan Jennings. Jauan got some face mask there when he was trying to block for Mac Jones, and that's a shame because Mac had picked up the first down. Wow. I'll tell you, in the history of face masks, that Jauan Jennings was that hand slipped up the helmet more than it. Well, I guess he did get a little bit of that face mask. He did grab it. Yeah, just a tiny bit. His hands went in there, but it was soft. There was no jeopardy of neck anything right there. Hey, George Kittle, hey, diddle diddle, makes a reception today. After George was used sparingly, to say the least, in the passing game in his I'm back game, I almost took the Kittle 4.5 receptions over prop on Sleeper, but I thought, hey, they might ask him to just block all day again today. So I just laid off any Kittle bets. Got Hennessy at center for Brendel, who is didn't dress today, obviously. So hopefully this 49ers offensive line continues to look good. Big shot downfield from Mac Jones. Sky Moore completely lost it in the air. His head was whipping all around. He didn't know where that ball was coming, and that ball is lucky to just fall to the earth with nothing on it. Man, Mac stuck in there and took a pop, too. Mac Jones is a tough son of a bitch. There's no doubt about that. That guy comes to play. Third and 7. 49ers looking for a first down, and Mac Jones throws behind Christian McCaffrey, who was running an out route there, and it is going to be punt time for the 49ers offense. So very good defensive start for the Houston Texans today. And after an incredibly long drive to start the game by Houston, the 49ers defense is going to be asked to come right back out there. Colton McKivitz had his hands full on that rep. We'll see what Morstead does here. Morstead tries to angle this one out of bounds. It is good special teams coverage by the 49ers. Again, not that we got any booze this morning, but whenever the 49ers do something good on special teams, drink. Here's a coffee sip for the Niners special teams. They did not catastrophically do something to help Houston win a game. Amazing. Eddie Pinheiro has done everything you could ask any kicker to come in and do for a football team, even when it was a Jake Moody existence. And we talked about the 49ers special team struggles. Half the time, as Moody was out there missing field goals, I didn't even mean him. It's all about kickoff coverage, punt coverage. Those two areas have to be improved upon. And the thing is there's very little on this football team that you can say, well, it's supposed to all get better with the current injuries that this team has. Like, how is the 49ers defense supposed to really get better without Nick Bosa or Fred Warner? You can only hope to maybe stay the same, but improving, that's hard to see. You want this 49ers offense, and they've done a hell of a job negotiating these injuries. You want the 49ers offense to do what it normally does. It feels like the 49ers offense is 400 yards of offense, 300 in the air, about 100-ish on the ground, no matter what, no matter who's in there, no matter what. Like, that's what Kyle does. You do not need Fred Warner and you do not need Nick Bosa to get better on special teams, because those guys don't play special teams. You don't need Brandon Ayuk. You don't need Ricky Pearsall. None of the guys whose absence might be an excuse for a deficiency somewhere offensively or defensively. None of those guys play special teams. So the fact that this special teams unit hasn't really improved is frustrating. But we'll see what today is. We'll see what today brings for the 49ers special teams. They've had 2 on-field appearances, and Houston has not planned a victory parade. So I guess things are off to a good start right there. Again, appreciate very, very much all the supers, all the comments. More people find us, the more you interact with this show. Eric Branch calling Mac Jones slow since the dude's been taking off more. Look, Mac Jones is hardly going to be confused for a sprinter by anybody, but he has the requisite athleticism to get himself out of trouble. Brock Purdy has more than the requisite athleticism to get himself out of trouble. Brock Purdy has the type of athleticism that could turn him into a little bit of trouble running the ball. But we don't need to worry about Brock Purdy, I think, for a week or two still here. That's how well Mac has played, and he deserves all the flowers that fans want to give him. I'm sure that Kyle's going to put JJ in his doghouse. You just can't make mistakes out there. You can't make mistakes out there. JJ doesn't care as much anymore. I'll say this. He's been a little bit banged up. He's been out of rhythm, and he's looked it. I don't think that JJ picked up that face mask because he doesn't care. It was just a mistake. His hand slipped. 2nd and 5. CJ Stroud looking to take a shot. He ends up checking it down anyway. He's going to pick up a lot of yards to Nick Chubb, who is running for 30, 40, almost 50 yards on that completion alone. And excuse me, that wasn't Chubb. It was a 50-yard pass to Marks. A little dump off becomes what might be the longest play of the afternoon. Certainly to this point, and maybe all game. That was a huge one. That was a 50-yard play. And in a bend, don't break defense, that just broke. So right away, the 49ers defense is in a little bit of trouble. CJ Stroud looking to attack way downfield. That ball is out of bounds, though. That was anywhere around the target he was throwing to. Diamador Lenore didn't even have to run with his wide receiver. That ball was thrown out of bounds. That was the longest play of the season for the Texans. Yeah. And I'll tell you, you ask where the 49ers have a little bit of an offensive deficiency right now. It's in those explosive plays. They're not generating explosive plays. It's a combination of injuries, a lack of downfield blocking, a lack of protection, lack of elite offensive line play. There's a lot that goes into that, but they're searching for something that they have not found. We do have a 3rd and 1, though. A 3rd and 1 here. Again, 49ers, what are you going to do? Can you force a decision? It's another sneak. And I think CJ got it. Another quarterback sneak, picks up a 1st down for Houston. Now Houston is definitely right outside the red zone with a 1st and 10. And for Stroud, a guy who could not find any rhythm up in Seattle, he's got to be happy with the way that this game is starting. If you're a Texans fan, you've had the ball the entire first quarter. Yeah, plenty of ball game left. It's not really time to be worried about this ratio, but right now it is 12 and a half minutes of possession time for just a minute 44 of possession time for the 49ers. So this has just been all Houston. All Houston. And if in a first quarter where it's all Houston, if you can really, wrap it up with just a 3-0 deficit, this probably will be the final play of the first quarter here, especially if Houston keeps it on the ground. We'll see. Stroud is throwing incomplete, so we are going to run another play this quarter. 9 seconds remaining. 3rd and 9 for C.J. Stroud, who, by the way, does not look accurate today. But again, he's got to be happy with the start that he's off to because Houston is flirting with scoring again on another possession here, and they've only had the ball twice. So, yeah, Stroud was a little frustrated with that one. That's on you, CJ. You got to make a better throw. That wasn't pressure. That was bad pass. Huh. Last week, the Texans only picked up 2 first downs. They've already picked up 3 in this quarter. Another throw to the flat on 3rd and 9 for C.J. Stroud. That's going to bring up 4th and very long, and that's going to end the first quarter. 3-0 Texans, and Houston will probably start the second quarter with another field goal attempt. We'll see if that's the way they play it, or maybe D'Amico is going to think about getting muy agresivo here since he's got a quarter break to deal with. Either way, it is great to have you here. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Really, it's not even an afternoon yet. It's morning out here on the West Coast, just a little afternoon on the East Coast, no matter where you're watching from. Thank you for being here today. Really, really appreciate it. Little shameless product placement. How about that? You know, it's probably too early to say, think about that holiday shopping. And I'm sure Damon Bruce Plus is all over your holiday shopping list. But I tell you, this is the mug. And I love the mugs that we have, the merch that we've got. If everyone today picked up a mug for the holidays, I would say thank you very, very much. You can shop for that no matter where you are. As long as you are on Damon Bruce Plus, the merch is available to you. Thank you so much to all of our members for supporting the channel. For the price of a cup of coffee every single month. I really, really appreciate that. But again, there's nothing you could do to help me out right now by just lifting your finger and tapping that like button. We've got over 500 people watching us right now across all platforms and only 142 likes. That's got to improve. That's got to change. I can't tap that like button myself. That's got to be you doing that. So thank you very much for doing that. I'll tell you today that we have the news that Jordan Watkins is active for the very first time in his career. He has yet to participate in this game, but I can't hold it against Kyle for not doing that because the 49ers have only run, 6 offensive plays in this game so far. So we'll see if he gets involved at all. You know, hearing that a guy is dressing for the first time means he's still probably 2-3 weeks away from actually getting a snap from scrimmage with just Kyle's overall insistence of not leaning into his rookie wide receivers. Kyle hates rookies. He hates them. I mean, even if he likes them, he hates them. He just doesn't trust them. And, the amount of rookie of the year candidate you better look in your very first snap in order to gain Kyle's trust. We haven't really seen any player been able to do that. You know, Ricky Pearsall is a very strong maybe, but unfortunately a knee injury has him out of this game. And so here you go. So far, the Houston Texans have run 23 plays for 138 yards and had the ball for over 13 minutes. 4 plays for the 49ers. And as I told you, we were probably going to start with a field goal attempt on the very first play of the second quarter, and that is indeed how we begin the second quarter, and Fairbairn drives it through. I'm going to tell you right now, the fact that it is just 6-0 Houston is a very good thing for the 49ers. It's to have had the ball that long, to have run that many plays so far, it's got to be a little dejecting for Houston to only be up 6 points. So in a world of bend, don't break, where you broke a little by giving up a 50-yard pass there on it was just a dump off. All things considered, just like the 49ers season, as bad as it's all gone, they're still sitting pretty good position. I think we got a a defense that owes this offense a stolen possession today. So we'll see. We'll see if today can become the first time in 14 games the 49ers defense can come away with an interception. 14 freaking games, man. It's an NFL record. It was 442 straight pass attempts, and then you can add to that the 13 more attempts that has been made today. So what's that? That's a 160 or 465 straight pass attempts now without an interception. It'd be really nice to see that change today, to say the least. All right. Well, the game's moving right along. Go ahead. Get this up. Do a little shameless touting. Check that out. That's where we are in terms of subs, boys and girls. I'd love to see that. Do you think we get 60 new subs today? There it is. Look at that. The ticker goes up. The odometer ticks. Thank you very, very much to whoever just tapped sub. I appreciate that very much. All right. So, 49ers about to get the ball here. Kickoff ensuing. Kickoff, one of the only ensuing things in sports. What in sports ensues beyond kickoffs, really? Sky Moore gets planted at the 25, but he doesn't turn the ball over. Or was that even Sky Moore who returned that? I don't think it was. Hold on. Yeah, Brian Robinson actually returned that. So 1st and 10 for Mac Jones. 49ers, they got to just stay on the field for a little bit here. Really nice run, about a 7-yard gain up the middle from Christian McCaffrey. So, again, just to get some legs and some air back into the lungs of this defense, 49ers need to, if nothing else, generate 2-3 first downs here and try to set up Eddie Pinheiro. Again, they've run 5 plays so far. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Mac under all kinds of pressure. Yeah, I said that this was going to be the first and maybe only time all season long where the 49ers are going to have the better offensive line on the field. That's yet to really play out. That's yet to really reveal itself. Mac has been under pressure, and there haven't been many passes for him to be under this much pressure. 3rd and 3. Niners need these 3 yards right here badly. They cannot go 3 and out here. Again, 4 dropbacks and 2 knockdowns already from Mac Jones. And that is tackled short. Brian Robinson Jr. nowhere near the first down marker, and the 49ers offense just spectacularly failed against this Houston defense. This isn't even really like, wow, man, Houston's flying to the football. It's just that's not a play that's going to get you what you need there. That's the wrong route. That's the wrong play. And so here's another punt, and Houston's going to get this ball right back. We got Thomas Selman saying, I thought Houston O-line and offense sucked. Yeah, well, right now they have come out, played with an awful lot of, look, they're home. They got embarrassed last week. They got an awful lot of pride. D'Amico's got an awful lot of working knowledge of what the 49ers want to do and how they want to do it. So he should be able to, jump on a couple of Kyle tendencies today. Let's see where this game is come fourth quarter. There's a lot of game left here, but it has been a absolutely uninspiring start for the 49ers. The Houston Texans are hardly blowing them out of the water, though, either. Sure hoper of 49er D stop acting like bullfighters, letting Houston run up the field, chipping in for DB's first pull of the game. Rita, thank you, Rita. Thank you very, very much. There will be no pulls today. Again, no bottle pulls today. There were quite a few bottle pulls last night. Again, this isn't a hungover plus live stream. It's an oogie plus live stream. I don't need any more whiskey today, especially with what I got coming up after this. We're taking the boys, Jillian and I are taking the boys to this place just south of Half Moon Bay. I think it's called Limo's Farm or something like that. And it's basically a big glorified pumpkin patch petting zoo. And that's what we're doing all day. So I'm not going to be, tying one on before we hop in the car with the boys. So no bottle pulls today, but an awful lot of appreciation for any and all supers. Thank you for wanting to see me drink. I do appreciate that. I really do. All right. I said this week, and this rubbed some Niner fans the wrong way, and I understand it, where I said, if the Niners lose this game, I'm not going to be angry. And I don't think you should be either. The amount of taffy pulling that the Niners have been through in terms of being stretched thin everywhere is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The fact that they're a 5-2 football team is a little bit of a freaking miracle. Do you want a miracle every week? It's a lot to ask for. If in the next 2 games, the Niners can only win one of them, you're going to want to win next week in New York more than you're going to want to win against an AFC team today. So let's see what happens. But this is one of those, it's just part of the puzzle games. This is not a season defining. This is not a who you are, you've been exposed level of football game at all. At all. It'd be great if the Niners can stay on a lead lap with a win today. If not, it's not devastating in any way, shape, or form. Another injury, though, would be get to New York with as many healthy 49ers as you frickin' can. Weekly reminder that interceptions do exist and are legal. Thank you, Ryan. There might have been a little dispute as terms to the legality of interceptions. Yeah, the 49ers are absolutely allowed to get an interception. We'll see if they do. It has been an NFL record 14 straight games without one. 2nd and 1. Just a lot of makeable on schedule third down conversions here for Houston. And that is a carry up the middle that goes for about 6, 7, 8 yards. There is a flag, though, on the play. So we'll see if Chubb actually picked up that or not. Holding against Houston. That is coming back. Yeah, Houston in this game has already picked up 6 first downs. The 49ers, 0 first downs. I always like to say that how the Niners handle that opening drive, it's very much a harbinger of maybe things to come. And the opening drive wasn't a good one. And it has not been a good first half here for the 49ers offense, but we have not seen much of them. 2nd and 8. C.J. Stroud has already started 10 of 14 for 111 yards. He's looking at 2nd and 8. 49ers put a little bit of pressure on C.J. He gets the ball out. It's complete, maybe picks up 6, 7. Upton Stout was all over that tackle. Niners need a better tackling day than they've gotten out of this defense so far. Stout met his man right where he caught the ball and made him stop, so that was a good tackle. 3rd and 4. And on a day where Houston's just converting first downs, getting off the field here on 3rd and 4 would go a long way to pulling the Niners back into this game. So let's see what this is. 3rd and 4 for C.J. Stroud. He's got a man in motion. He's got 4 guys out in a pattern. He throws it, completes it, first down. Upton Stout was picked on right there. First down, man. Stroud has just got guys sitting down in negative space, and look at it this way. He is taking what the Niners are giving him, and they just got to play again. You miss Fred Warner, don't you? You miss Nick Bosa, don't you? Again, the goal here is simply get the ball back, still down just 6-0. That's what you want to do. Allison, never miss a DB Live watch party, even when we're at the game. You're plusing in Houston? Oh, Allison, thank you so much. Oh, we are there. We are in Houston as a broadcast right now. Thank you very much. It's good to know that the show's at NRG Stadium. Again, it looks like a lot of Niners fans made this road trip. Bay Area sports fans with, oh man, C.J. Stroud, big completion down the field. Malik Mustafa just got beat in coverage. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. That's Stroud's nicest ball of the afternoon. That was just an absolute dime. D'Amico's clapping. He's like, we're picking up first downs. We're moving the ball against this defense. Just outside the red zone right now. C.J. Stroud's going to step up in the pocket. He's going to take off. He's going to run. He's going to pick up 5. D. Winters with the tackle right there. I'm telling you, one of the things I had in my sleeper play today, I mean, we're already trending in the wrong direction here. C.J. Stroud, under 31.5 pass attempts. He's already got 17. So, D'Amico took a look at this defense and he said, I'm going to be comfortable throwing the ball today. And the Texans have been. Yeah, Stroud already has 166 passing yards. He's 13 of 17. Mac Jones is 2 of 5 for 4 yards. George Kittle, 1 catch, 5 yards. Demarcus Robinson, 1 catch, -1 yards. 49ers offense hasn't even gotten off the plane here in Houston. But thank you very, very much for the super. Allison, have a great day in Houston. Hopefully you're having a better day than the Niners are having so far. Still a very, very long way to go. With nearly 700 people in the room, it is great to have you. We've got, oh my gosh, it's weird. We're on YouTube. We got about 300 plus watching on YouTube. We got 500 more people watching across other platforms. So thank you so much for being here. Hit like and subscribe over on YouTube if you would please. It is a day where the 49ers, again, I feel like they've come into this game a little bit with house money and in a bad situation that is going to eventually catch up with them. Can they stave off what I'm going to call a natural loss? It's natural to lose football games when you're in your already, fifth game with your backup quarterback. Your best wide receivers nowhere to be found. Your two best wide receivers are nowhere to be found. You've lost two massive defensive pieces. You got an offensive line that is redefining the concept of just unimpressive. And it's tough. Again, the Niners have been up against it all season long. It's a miracle they're as good as they've been. And it's hard to ask for a miracle every day. It's hard to ask for nothing but miracles, please. Alfred Collins walking to the blue tent, holding his arm against him like this. Great. Alfred Collins is in the blue tent right now. So, Calais Davis, what do you got? Unfortunately, CJ West inactive today. So an already thin defensive line just lost its thickest player for the moment. D. Winters comes up, makes a nice tackle. 2nd and 6. No, excuse me. That's going to bring up third down here. 3rd and 5. Third and 5. And again, this is a very important 3rd and 5 for this 49ers defense. It has been nothing but Houston all damn half. Third and 5. Again, being down 9-0 with everything that's happened in this game, I'll buy it twice if you're selling it to me, but that is going to be a first down. You can't have soft coverage here. You got to get up on Berrios now. What? Jeez. That was, look at it this way. A blitz was sent, and that opened up Berrios to just go right underneath the coverage and pick up an easy first down. CJ Stroud, he's talking to his offensive lineman. He's like, yeah, man, you give me a little protection. That's easy, right? Look at how easy that was. So it is 1st and 10. Houston, touchdown, right in the middle. That was way too easy. That was way too easy. And the question is now, after Jaden Higgins scores a touchdown, is Houston going to go for 2? Is Houston going to go for 2 to make this a 14-0 game, or are they going to be happy with 13-0? You're probably just going to kick that point, D'Amico. But you've been getting everything you want today against. I mean, I might, given the fact that the 49ers, by the way, D. Winters just absolutely blew that rep. D. Winters let a guy run right past him. He thought he had safety help. He didn't. And that is wide open for Jaden Higgins in the end zone. Yeah, D'Amico is going to take the point after touchdown. And it is 13-0. Well, the good news is there's nowhere to go but up. And the good news is also the 49ers are going to get the ball to start the third quarter. So, here you go. This is a drive coming up for the 49ers offense that is either going to keep them positioned to have shouting distance in this game, or it's another quick 3 and out, and you're officially now in trouble if Houston scores again. 3 possessions, 3 scores. That's what Houston's looking at right now. All the time in the world. Look at this. Hold on. 19-12. Possession time for the Texans. 3 minutes and 16 seconds for the 49ers. That's unsustainable. That is completely unsustainable. Rita coming in. Calling Ronnie Lott to the medical tent. Come on, defense. Wake up. Look, I hope Alfred Collins can keep on going. How can this team deal with just another defensive line injury? Why is everyone so negative? LOL. Plenty of game left. Again, you go to a sporting event hoping you get to root for something. 49ers fans, you haven't had anything to root for but the success of the Palouse so far today. And thank you for being a part of that. I really mean it. But this is how about this? Of all the games we've watched so far together this year, far and away, this is the worst start the 49ers have had. It's like they haven't even gotten off the plane yet. And I think what we got to do is say the rumors of Houston's defense being pretty tough to play against, especially in Houston, are true. Now, this is a good defense, and they've been all over everything the 49ers have done. The 49ers have not surprised them. There's no wrinkle out there that has left D'Amico Ryans going, hey, wasn't expecting that. They are all over everything. That was a 10-play, 82-yard scoring drive, which took nearly 6 minutes off the clock. C.J. Stroud was 6 for 6 and for 70 yards on that drive. Mac Jones has got to bring this 49ers offense to life here. No doubt about it. So far, Houston looks way better today. No doubt. MSQ, it's SF Niners versus the Houston Niners. There's an element there, isn't there? Give me one good block from my man, Mac 10. Give Mac Jones an opportunity to do something here, please. And yeah, you're right. D'Amico is putting a belt to the ass so far in this one. You're right, Batman rocks. All right, 1st and 10 for the 49ers offense, and they need to do something desperately. McCaffrey runs into the middle of his offensive line and gets dropped without a gain. Man, every time they show the replay of that touchdown, it gets worse for the 49ers defense. Man, there was a little, aggressive motioning of Sky Moore kind of on a gadget play. Nothing was there, and Mac had to just throw the ball into the ground. Nothing is working. 3rd and 10. If the Niners offense goes 3 and out here, not good. Third and 10. Really, really big play here. I don't know how much you're ahead of me or behind me, but I'm looking 3rd and 10. I'm looking at a completed pass to Juwan Jennings that was nowhere near the first down marker, which means that's the wrong route to run. You got to pick up a first down there. You got to. And Jennings broke off that route at 7 yards. Really uninspired, Bree Tucker. This is uninspired for sure right now. And I'll tell you what, while this is happening, let's just see if the 49ers defense or special teams here doesn't contribute to an already very good Houston start. Morstead punting again. But so far, it has been a burn the tape game. Absolute burn the tape game. Here's a return opportunity, tackled at the 20. That's fantastic. And as the graphic tells you, I will be right back. Wait till you see the job that this chair does as I take a leak that I've been needing to take since this drive. I'm not saying I'm glad that the Niners went off the field real quick, but I got to take a leak. I'll be right back. All right, so how many Niners went to the hospital while I was away? How many guys just got hurt? 6, 7 guys? 8 guys get hurt? Good God. Welcome back. Second and 11. Second and 11, of course, picking up 8 the easy way. That was easy. I mean, it's just going to be what, a whole bunch of just playing underneath now. Just taking everything that you can get in a bend don't break defense. With a 13-point lead, you can play. You don't need to break the offense. You just take what you can get. Stay on the field. Keep that clock moving. 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3, and it's been just brutal for the Niners defensively on 3rd down today. Let's see what they can do right here. Getting off the field. I've been suggesting it all day. They haven't taken a suggestion yet. Ball tipped. Oh, my God. The 49ers defense is going to get off the field. Saleh looks like he wants to cry. Uh-oh. Hold on. What's this here? No, not Scattaboo. What happened? I'm not watching that game. I don't have the Giants on today. Oh, wait a minute. The Niners are not going to get off the field. It's 1st down, a holding penalty on Upton Stout. Holy shit, this day has gone terribly. Samuel Winchester says the 49ers could go an entire half without a 1st down. And if they do, I seriously, I'm asking, is that the first time that that's happened for Kyle in his entire career? It might be. It might be. Oh, I mean, just a pass downfield and an incredible catch. Houston is just doing everything it wants to today. Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of good news left for any 49er fan today other than this. You get the ball back to start the 3rd quarter. That's it. That's it. That's the only good news I have. You will get the ball back to start the 3rd quarter, but you might be down 20-0 by then if Houston, who is just doing whatever it wants all day today against this defense, is just so in control of this football game. There's not a lot to point at that we've seen so far to say, well, if you just get that better, something could happen. Nothing has happened today for the 49ers. The 49ers have failed to execute in every conceivable way a team can fail to execute in. That is where we are this afternoon. Is far, far, far and away the worst half of football of the year. Yeah, that halftime speech should be interesting. Now, wait a minute. We got prayers up for Scattaboo. What happened, kids? What happened to Cam Scattaboo? I mean, the prayers up. What is going on? How bad is the injury? Scott, you're definitely right. I mean, the first interception of the year is as desperately needed as humanly possible. Again, 5-3 coming up soon. 5-3. Yeah, yeah. Look, 5-3 is still a very good place to be operating from. And given the circumstances, if you would have told me all of these injuries would have occurred and said by week 8, 5-3, I would have bought it. Philip says, Damon, you were gone longer than the 49ers have had the ball today. also got some orange juice. I'm not going to, I went upstairs. I had a little orange juice, a little sip of orange juice. Tough sledding. 4:08 remaining here in this first half. Oh, do we have another Niner hurt? Is that what's going on here? I sure do appreciate this. Thanks for the show, Damon. I stopped watching the game and completely switched to you. It's way better. Lily Bug, 2010 tank. Thank you very much, Lily. Again, if I'm better than the Niners game, Niners are having a rough game. 9 passing yards, 21 rushing yards. The Niners got 30 yards of offense. Texans got 260. 12 first downs for Houston. 0 first downs for the 49ers. It's been a rough half. First down. Or no, excuse me. Pickup of about 5. But yeah, no, excuse me. That's first down. Yep. CJ Stroud just completing another pass. By the way, I am doomed in terms of my sleeper parlay right here. This is CJ Stroud under 31.5 pass attempts. He's at 22 already. There's 23 right there. Something tells me he's going to be throwing the ball more than 7 more times before this game is over. And this clock is ticking. Let's see. The Texans are going to bring this down here to the 2-minute warning. They're going to run one play before that happens here on 2nd and 8. Kyle's looking at his play sheet like there's an answer down there for him. There isn't. There hasn't been yet. 11 straight completions for CJ Stroud, who has absolutely found the rhythm that he didn't see at all at any point in time last week up in Seattle. And now he just tucks it and runs. CJ Stroud picking up a first down with his legs. It's going to be 20-0 here at halftime, isn't it? I think so. The good news is Alfred Collins was out there. And that's the only good news. Scattaboo sounded like a Warner injury, got carted off in an air cast. Ooh, spiral fracture, bone out. And it was because of a hip drop tackle that wasn't even called. Oh, my God. The bone came out. It was that bad. God, I don't want to see that replay. I don't want to see that. And again, we're not going to relitigate the entire year based on a bad half of football. Come on, Damon, they got a decent record, but they're not beating a good team. Wait until the Seahawks and Rams play them again. Again, you can't threaten me with teams that they've already beaten without even playing well. They've already beaten those teams. Don't tell me it can't happen again. Division rivalries, there's just a knowledge there. It's something funny can go wrong. And you're right. They could lose those games. You're totally right. But they could also not. I'm not here for any here's all the bad things that could go wrong in the future. Yeah, all of that could happen. Or you could realize that no team is very special this year in football. And so pretty good can get you over the finish line more often than not. Unfortunately for the 49ers, pretty good has eluded them every single snap of today's game. The 49ers have not only not been pretty good, they've been objectively awful at every aspect of how to play a football game today. Doesn't mean they're a bad football team. They could come out here and still have a good second half. Maybe not win the game, but have a good second half. There is very little relation to how you play one week to the next. There's very little consistency on how these teams play sometimes one half to the next. Houston's good. The Niners have been so motherfucked by injury that it's really weird to try to motherfuck them. Like, if you don't understand what's happening here, you just don't understand football. The Niners are lucky to be 5-2. And if at the end of this game, if they're 5-3, that's fine. It's an AFC loss, which probably doesn't come into the mix if you keep handling your business against NFC teams. This is a road game against a really good defense. I all week long, I've been saying they could absolutely dump this one. It's a shame to see them play so poorly, no doubt. I mean, if you got an interception in you, we'd love to see it at some point here, but maybe they don't. I mean, that's the thing. 30 total yards. To be down 13-0 when you've only gained 30 yards is kind of amazing. We got a flag in on a play that the 49ers defense actually stepped up, made a nice tackle right at the line of scrimmage, but of course we got a flag on this play. So what happened? They're zooming in on D. Winters as if he were the guilty party, or no, he was the aggrieved party. We have holding on the Houston Texans. Holding on the Texans. So it's going to make it 2nd and 20. And based on what happens on this play, I think Kyle might call a timeout and try to give himself a little time to do something here. The end of the half. Houston now back behind the 30-yard line. Little kind of underneath pass. Completion, but not for much. 3rd and 14 after a completion of Berrios. And look, all I can tell you is that 3rd and 14 has been no big whoop all day for Houston. And absolutely gots to have it 3rd down stop right here to just make it a 16-0 ball game. There is a screen. It is stopped short. Picks up maybe 7. So 4th down here for Houston. And you're taking points if you're Houston here. Yeah, the 49ers call their timeout right here. They're going to have 1 minute and 2. Let's see. Maybe the special teams gods can get you a missed field goal rate. Although I will say, C.J. Stroud is still out on the field. Are they thinking about going for this? If the Texans are going for this, it's just straight up disrespectful. It's 4th and 6. They think they're on the edge of Fairbairn's range, though. No, he's in the game. $37-yard attempt. Yeah, when I was talking about edge of his range, he's in range. It's good. Field goal's good. You probably don't want to hear this, but it's good to be down just 16-0 when you've played your worst half of football, maybe in your head coach's tenure as head coach. I can't remember a less impactful, less productive, more big scoop of nothing, half of football from any Shanahan game ever than what we're watching here today in Houston. As I said all week long, eventually reality is going to catch up with the 49ers, and reality has just smacked them square in the eyes today. Hey, bring on that third quarter. Niners can turn it around. Chef up in Eugene. I appreciate the enthusiasm. I really, really do. We got Thomas Selman saying, I'd take the kids to the pumpkin patch early. Yeah, seriously. We're going to get caught in Highway 1 Half Moon Bay traffic around lunchtime when we take off. But I'm going to sit here with you. We're going through this together. I'm not abandoning my flock when things get ugly. And hey, we got ourselves a little special teams return. Brian Robinson Jr., what do you know? 49ers special teams, when it's needed to be seen the most, Brian Robinson Jr. returns that ball to the 50, but there is a flag on the play. If that flag could go against Houston, man, it would give the 49ers a chance to strike here before the end of the half. Where is this flag? Face mask against Houston. Free yardage coming up for the 49ers, and they will take it. I'm telling you, man, special teams does nothing to give any life to the 49ers, but just did a little something right there. Brian Robinson Jr., man, that's his biggest play wearing a 49er uniform. This guy hasn't done dick with the football all year long. And, yep, that is a finger in the face mask. Foul for sure. Okay. All right, Mac Jones. You're starting with the ball at your own 35. Complete. Out of bounds to Kendrick Bourne. First down. Okay, Niners. I mean, all the negative things we said about special teams being the least likely candidate to breathe some life into this game, but it has happened. Oh my goodness. Again, yeah, 16-0. Not too bad. Not good, but not too bad either. Hey, got Joe saying, wake up, 49ers. Well, wake up will be live with you at 9 a.m. Monday morning. Yours truly and Larry Krueger streaming on both of our channels. That's called Forward Promotion. Oh, by the way, that was the first down of the afternoon for the 49ers right there. So Kyle will not have a first downless half of football. Passing complete to McCaffrey. I mean, there's just see, Christian, you got to catch that, man. McCaffrey's got to catch that. It was in his ear hole behind him, which means it's not behind you, really, but it was here. He should have caught that. He normally does. 2nd and 10, 35 seconds remaining in the half. Ball at the 18-yard line. Mac Jones, downfield, looked to find Juwan Jennings. Jennings had it knocked out of his hands. 3rd and 10. Incomplete, 29 seconds. Mac had a good pocket to operate from. Again, he's just been let down twice here in a row by his receivers. McCaffrey should have caught that. Jennings should have caught that. Mac Jones is 4 of 10 for 27 yards. 3rd and 10. Huge play here for the 49ers offense. Mac Jones down in the middle of the field. Touchdown, George Kittle. Hey, diddle. Right in the middle. Oh, my God. Did the 49ers need that touchdown? And just when it couldn't get any worse, It gets a little bit better. A little bit better. Now, you going for two, Kyle? You going for two? What you gonna do, Kyle? You gonna try to make this an 8.1 possession game right here, right now? Nope, Eddie Pinheiro. I don't know. I think you got to go for two there almost. Touchdown, George Kittle. Needed that desperately. What are they saying? It's National Tight Ends Day or something like that? Oh, great. Man, Kittle just absolutely got crushed in double coverage, but he came down with it. God, did the Niners need that? Woo! My goodness. Well, let me update this score bug. Oh, my God. The 49ers are on the board in Houston. It's been all Houston. I mean, all Houston so far. I mean, it is Hakeem Olajuwon dunking on a short kid this entire first half. But then the short kid hits a three. And look, 16-7 is a lot better than 16-0. There's no doubt about that. And the Niners, as I told you, the only good news that I could offer was that they are going to get the ball back to start the third quarter. Again, why didn't Kyle go for two? Seriously, why don't you go for two there? You know, how many opportunities do you think you're going to really have to knock on Houston's door just based on the way things have gone today? Niners special teams, don't screw this up. They didn't screw it up. They make a tackle. So 17 seconds left here. I mean, if you're Houston, you're what? You're taking a knee. You're just going to the locker room. You're happy with the way this half is gone. But that's exactly the little interjection of life. What a catch by Kittle. I mean, man, he had guys draped all over him. Oh, CJ Stroud looking to uncork one right here. Big, long one. No, he's going to take the check down. He's going to go underneath. That ball's going to take him out of bounds, and there's 11 seconds remaining in the half here. CJ Stroud is going to nearly hit the over on his pass attempts today, just here in the first half. Tyler Black says, Kyle, better listen to me and stop with the JJ BS. Yeah, Juwan Jennings is not nearly giving the Niners what they need from him. Oh, my God, an interception. Diamador Lenore has intercepted the ball, so the historic streak is over, and he's going to try to take it back to the house here. He's running all around. No, don't get hurt, Diamador. Diamador fumbled that away, but that's half. The time is up, but it happened. Oh, my God, the 49ers not only scored on Houston, but they have their first interception in 14 games, an NFL record. Diamador Lenore, an interception. Oh, my God, that happened. I mean, it would have been better if it happened at a more consequential moment of the game, but, beggars officially cannot be choosers, and the 49ers were begging for something positive to happen, anything positive to happen, and right at the end of the first half, they get two positive things. They get a score that they desperately needed, and what do you know? The interception that wasn't became an interception that was. How about that? Welcome, everyone. I know an awful lot of people are going to start flooding the stream. I need you to lean in right now and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're just joining us here at halftime, welcome. It was a brutal half of football for the 49ers until the final seconds of that first half where they're able to get a little bit of their legs underneath them. I saw Cam Scattaboo here with an 18-yard touchdown, and I certainly don't want to see any injuries as they're starting to show highlights here. 2 touchdowns for Saquon Barkley today. Well, by the way, how brutal is it that not only would you have Scattaboo get brutally injured, right? I just saw it. Not good. Not good. So not only are you watching your future in Scattaboo and in Malik Neighbors get hurt, not only are you watching all that, but you got freaking Saquon Barkley going off against you. That's just running back cruelty to the New York Giants. But by the way, Cam Scattaboo not playing next week against the 49ers. I don't think any Niner fan is going to complain about that. But hey, we're never rooting for injuries. We got Bree Tucker. Finally, Bree, it happened. Not lapping, but catching up ain't bad. Yeah, a little catch up right there. It's exactly what the Niners needed, man. I'd take the kids early to the pumpkin patch. Well, if I had done that, look at what we would have missed here at halftime. Again, we want to thank you for being here today. Thank you so much for coming on in. It is wonderful to have you here. All year long, as always, we are brought to you by Ike Sandwiches. And if you order one right now, you can probably get one delivered to your house if you're in an Ike's delivery range by the time the 1 o'clock West Coast games kick off. So get yourself to Ike's either in person or have it delivered to you. You are going to love what you see. And by the way, if you're sick of seeing me, and I don't blame you, look at that. I mean, this is me as a sandwich. You know you could use one of those in your life. Look at me. I am delicious. There's absolutely no doubt about it. The Dubliner is fantastic. Not only do you get the graphic, I got the t-shirt on once again. I love my boys at the Dubliner. If you are watching this game at the Dubliner right now, you have had to drink to get yourself through that first half. No doubt about it. Dubliner West Portal, best Guinness pull in San Francisco. Great guys. Go say hi to Kenny and John. They just did a wonderful job hosting us for Plus Mania a few weeks ago. We had my man Jude spinning records. It was great. It was a really, really good time. Dare I say, fun had by all. Thank you to this incredible community for supporting us, and we're actually becoming friends. People who have met in this chat are now like becoming friends, and I absolutely love that. It's one of the things I'm most proud of in my career. I got to be honest with you. And you know, has sports gambling had a more awkward week than the week that it just had? You know, is there a conflict of interest? Well, not over here, because we always keep it real, and you know that. And I'm going to tell you that sports gambling is a scary and dangerous thing when done incorrectly, and an awful lot of fun when done responsibly. So do it responsibly, and don't be betting on yourself if you're on an NBA team. Over on Sleeper, which is the fastest growing fantasy app in the world. It is incredible. Community, real-time stats and updates and chat and interaction, an incredible interface. I don't think my sleeper pick is going to do very, very well for me today. I promised myself I wasn't going to turn it into a four-legger. I, of course, then did. But you can get a $100 deposit match up to $100 by using promo code Damon. You also get a free 20 just waiting for you right now over on Sleeper. No depositors required to get that. And I think I'm going to go down in flames today. I need a Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown. Still could happen. Eddie Pinheiro, 2 field goals. I don't even want Pinheiro field goals. You need touchdowns here at this point. Mac Jones, over 21.5 completions. Again, it's still out there, but I am absolutely screwed in that CJ Stroud leg of this parlay here. Under 31.5 pass attempts for CJ Stroud, and CJ in just the first half alone is 22 of 28. I'm guessing he throws 4 passes in the second half. Anything other than an immediate injury to CJ Stroud, I'm in an awful lot of trouble right there. There's no doubt about that. But that's why we, just make little $10, $20 plays here and there to have a little fun and do it all responsibly, which we encourage everyone to do. So what else have we got going on here? We got a very active chat. You got your first interception in what feels like forever. We got Buff Suck in here just harassing people with his, where's this guy? Where's that guy? Buff Sucks, we're not falling for it again. We know your intentions are not true. But yeah, I mean, that kind of, though, brings me back to my initial position on this game when the whole thing started. The 49ers probably shouldn't be 5-2, but they are. And because of that, the importance of today's game, they've already banked a win that they probably shouldn't have, and you can debate which game that was all you want. but they're definitely like an offense needs to stay on schedule. This team right now, with everything that's going wrong, is still on schedule from a wins and losses standpoint to try to make the postseason. A thrilling miracle, and it would feel miracle-ish type of comeback with a great second half today would be getting away with football murder, kind of highway robbery. That is still out there. The Niners might, bust open the jewel cases today and rob the Texans of what feels like a game that they should win this afternoon. A Cam Scattaboo-less Giants team waiting for you next week. As bad as everything is gone. And it's been bad. Not just today, but from an injury standpoint, it's been bad. Things are still pretty good for weird, inexplicable. I guess we got to get a little credit to Kyle Shanahan and Robert Saleh after all. There's a lot of teams that have bad halves of football. The Niners usually aren't one of them. Not that bad, not that demonstrably bad, not like, can't look at it, horrific looking half of football bad. That's what it just was. Let's go over some halftime stats here. Bring this up for you so you can see it. Again, Mac Jones has hardly been heard from. Just 5 of 11, 44 yards. Look at what C.J. Stroud's been able to do today. Nick Chubb, though, I tell you, what isn't popping is that Texans running game. Looking at it here, 3.8 is, around where you sort of want to be if you're Houston, but at the same time, it hasn't been overwhelming. 17 carries for 64 yards. It feels like that is actually the 49ers defense doing all right today. D. Winters is your leading tackler. Tatum Bethune right behind him, and Malik Mustafa came up, made a really nice pop in this game. Looking good. But this is the tale of the tape so far. This is what's going on in this game. Let's get to the team stats, because this is everything you need to know about what is happening so far. Right here. 14 first downs, controlling clock all day long, 2 first downs, and you saw them with your own 2 eyes at the very, very end of that half. It happened in the final minute. The 49ers picked up their only 2 first downs. They've run 14 plays. Find me a football game where the 49ers have run fewer than 15 plays in the Kyle Shanahan era. Like, where's Josh Dubow when I need him? Where's somebody with a staggering amount of stats to just pour through, or a producer? Has Kyle ever had a half of football that only saw him run 14 off? Excuse me. 14 offensive plays. The 49ers have been outgained 299 to 65 yards, and they're in this game. They've been outthrown 235 to 44, and they're in this game. They've been outgained by about 43 yards on the ground, and they're in this game. And one of the reasons why they're in this game is because, bending but not breaking at least happened 3 times. 4 red zone attempts for the Texans, and they were held to field goals more than touchdowns. 24-31 time of possession. 24-31 first half time of possession to not even 5.5 minutes for the 49ers. Those are usually unrecoverable stats in a football game. You're definitely going to be losing. 49ers get the ball here to start the third quarter, and this game, unbelievably, is not out of shouting distance. And one of those reasons why is the most least likely candidate, Brian Robinson Jr., who has done nothing since being traded to the 49ers, returns a kickoff to the 50, gets face masked, and it set up the 49ers with that prime field position that they took advantage of while George Kittle separated a triple team and came down with the football in a sea of hands. And that was what the Niners needed bad. A career low in the first half for Christian McCaffrey. 2 touches, 8 yards. So, nowhere to go but up. Nowhere to go but up for the 49ers offensively, defensively. Again, bend, don't break. Holding the Houston Texans to 16 points. Looking at it in real time, it was scary as hell. Looking back at it now, it probably feels like, all right, you got away with a little something there. So let's see what happens. A little bit of CMC and Robinson mixed in. I mean, look at it this way. Christian has not had himself a good day so far. Brian Robinson has made a play for you. Maybe give him another touch. Doesn't playing well on one down, earning you another touch on another down. Before the third quarter gets underway, again, thank you so much for being here for this halftime. Hopefully you plan on sticking around with us. We've got nearly 1,000 people watching right now across all platforms. Thank you so much for being here. Cheers. Merch available in the store. I mean, get your Christmas shopping done early with the gift of Damon Bruce Plus. It's exactly what your great-grandmother, your grandma, and your mom want, and your sister. I mean, who doesn't want Damon Bruce gear? What a life. What a world. We got thanks for the meaningless interception. Go out of bounds. Thomas, he was trying to make a play. There was no time left there. I mean, he caught the ball with, 3 seconds left on the clock? Thomas, look at it this way. I'll take all the meaningless interceptions you can get when you got an NFL record 14 games in a row without an interception. There are no meaningless interceptions when you're trying to break the worst interceptionless streak in the history of pro football. So that interception means the embarrassment of not doing that has come to an end. Good. Rita says, hey, Jerry Rice suiting up for the second half. I hope Kyle decides to target him early. I would try to get Jerry Rice the ball. We do have today, for the first time in his career, Jordan Watkins dressed and available. We have yet to see him. Is Jordan Watkins going to get a play from scrimmage? When I saw that he was dressing today, I thought, we won't even see him. Kyle's not going to use him. Kyle hates rookies. We're not going to see him. We haven't yet. I mean, by the way, you tell me when you think you see him, he wears number 17. If you see number 17, let me know. I don't know if we're going to see him. How nice is this? Sam Davidson from New Zealand. Thank you for the great coverage. Bring on a second half comeback. Yeah, why not? Why not? Thank you for watching all the way from New Zealand. Wow. There's no radio station I ever worked for where the signal reached New Zealand. So that's pretty cool being here on YouTube. It really is. All right, Mac Jones gets it going to Jawan Jennings, picks up about 7 on the first play of the second half. We are underway in Houston, and Mac Jones completes his first pass of the second half to Jawan Jennings, again, who's been a little bit disappointing all day long so far. Penalties, not running the right routes, not getting to the sticks, little dropsies. Look at this. Hold on. We're a hit in New Zealand. Look at do you two guys know each other in New Zealand? We got a little come on Friday saying screen, please. Screen this defensive line to death. Look, they got good linebackers, man. I think they're going to get all over screens. I really do. I mean, you had a drive in the Niners' last game that consisted of more plays than they've run so far in this game. 3rd and 3, ball around the 50. Matt gets pressured. That ball is out, and that's got to be a pass. That's not a fumble, right? That's an incomplete pass. It is 4th and 3, though, and the Niners are going to be punting. It's not a good start. Mac Jones hasn't seen a clean 3 Mississippi in the pocket maybe all day today. And by the way, the news that Trent Williams ain't who he used to be is becoming more and more concerning by the game. Is it not? I mean, Trent Williams looks like he is officially, traveled off the zenith of his career. By the way, beautiful punt by Thomas Morstead inside the 5. Saran Neal all over that. Morstead, coffin corner, great flipping of the 49ers special teams. 49ers special teams are carrying this game. If you'd like to know how weird of a day it's been, 49ers special teams have been the best of the 3 units so far today. How crazy is that? Dave's dropping super stickers on us. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate it. He's got a jumping up and down, looks like there was a pear, an avocado. I don't know, Dave, but thank you very, very much for the super sticker. Appreciate any supports here that you guys do give. Well, I'm like a stripper. We're working for tips. Again, very, very proud of Jillian and I, who were out to midnight in the marina last night. By the way, the whole Halloween thing, it's officially stretched into a week-long party now. There were a lot of Halloween costumes out in the marina last night. There really were. I think the Battery had their big Halloween thing, so you saw some real fancy costumes come around. We got Philip saying DeMarco owns Kyle. If you mean D'Amico, maybe. This one ain't over here today. McKivitz is not good. I think McKivitz is all right. He's not great. What's really hurting is that Trent Williams is no longer great. It looks like he now tops out at good. .68's always getting destroyed. This team stays on the clearance rack for offensive linemen. Again, I agree with you. It's a team that had an entire world screaming, you're going to need to improve this offensive line. And then they went about the offseason deciding not really to invest any major investment in that, in either a free agent or a draft pick. Is Hennessy an upgrade from Brendel? It felt like it last week. Today, I would say no. There's no real reflection of that. Maybe it's not all Brendel, who we like to always pick on and say he's in the center of everything that's going wrong with this offensive line. It's just a weaker unit across the board, man. It really is. Nice tackle there from Alfred Collins, riding, running back into the ground. It's going to be 2nd and 6. Again, can we get a 3 and out from this 49ers defense? Have they had a single 3 and out today? I don't think they have. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure they haven't. So, can you get off the field quickly for a change? Haven't really all day. Braxton Berrios is a little shook up. He is on his knee. Looks like he's got his helmet off. Braxton Berrios, a little worse for the wear right now. And look, Kenny, when you talk about the things that I'm worried about, he says this roster ain't going to make it all season. I mean, they're as stretched as thin as humanly possible right now. What would one more big injury do? That's an answer I don't even want to approach. I don't want to have to ask that question. There's really not a lot more a team can take, right? Eventually, you know, if you're walking down a block and there's nothing but safes and pianos being dropped off of skyscrapers everywhere you go, eventually one of those is going to hit you, right? Niners have done a great job dodging their safes and pianos falling off of skyscrapers. One more misstep and they get crushed by the piano. Again, if you ask me, hey, Damon, you get to make a deal with the devil today. The deal with the devil is this. The Niners actually come back and win this game, but they lose a yet-to-be-identified player for the remainder of the season. And it's not like, you know, a backup. It's someone who plays. Someone who plays X gets hurt again today, or you win, or nobody gets hurt and you lose. I would choose nobody gets hurt and you lose. The Niners just can't deal with another massive injury. Oh, look at Chili's trying to show you that we got bigger, thicker burgers than McDonald's. Well, you better, motherfuckers. You're charging more for it. I mean, come on, Chili's. Let's not pretend that you ain't nothing but a McDonald's with a fancy tablecloth. And there's not a lot of fancy tablecloths at Chili's. By the way, what happened to our Beyonce looking in laundry machine commercials? We had an awful lot of that in the preseason and the beginning of the year. I haven't seen Beyonce bent over in a laundromat in like a couple of weeks. That was kind of my favorite commercial of the year. Joe Young saying, hey, Damon, it's time for pick number 2. How about a pick 6? Well, didn't get it right there. Let's see, Braxton Berrios. Is that guy? That looks like the blue tent strut right there for Braxton Berrios. I mean, the Texans are taking injuries to wide receivers about as far as they can be stretched, too. Maybe that'll help the Niners out a little bit here. But it's 2nd and 6 from their own 10-yard line. And just a slant pass and a first down. And that was pretty easy. That was pretty easy. Yeah, Diamador Lenore gave up inside edge, and C.J. Stroud took it. Another run up the middle. Who in the hell thought that Colby was worth a draft pick? I've seen a screen door put up a better fight than Colby. Oh, D. Martinez. Look, he was a good offensive lineman at Iowa. He started a lot of games for the Hawkeyes, but just, you know, plug and play in the trenches when you're a late round draft pick, it doesn't happen an awful lot. Second and 5. That looks like a tackle either at or behind the line of scrimmage. So again, 3rd and 5. Can the Niners get off the field on 3rd down? Diamador Lenore looks a little rattled getting up there. No, Diamador, you cannot go down. Don't even start that nonsense, Diamador. You're not allowed to get hurt for sure. I heard Chauncey Billups sandwich has all the fixings. Oh, look at you, T Guns, making Chauncey Billups jokes. I love it. I love it. First down. I mean, every fucking 3rd down becomes a first down for the Houston Texans. The Niners cannot get off the field all day. I mean, it's just, if you see 3rd down, you're going to see a Texans first down. It's just that simple today. And that's unsurvivable. Defense just can't, won't, isn't getting off the field. Beyonce, nobody cares. You must not have seen that commercial. By the way, people not standing for any Chili's slander here. I like Chili's. All you can eat chips and salsa. There you go. Oh, where are you going?
Get the munchkins.
Oh, Jillian's going to go. You want to come in here and tell them we were out in the marina? You want to tell everyone that we went out like we partied last night? I don't know if anyone believes me.
We made it out after 10 o'clock. It was amazing.
We made it. Oh, we almost made it to midnight. We really did in the marina.
Look at us.
Look at you.
Look at us.
Look at us. All right, honey.
All right.
I'll see you in a little bit.
Go Niners. What the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, and it's not good. There you go. You get a cameo by the wife today. Elmore. There you go. Well, Damon, you did well. Dude, I mean, come on. Well, I mean, you think you get to be a sandwich at Ike's and you don't get an incredibly intelligent, fantastic, beautiful, successful wife? They just don't give away these sandwiches to anybody. No, I did do well. Better than I ever thought I would. No doubt about it. We got a D Winters hurt. Seriously, is that why we're in commercial break right now? I turned to say hello to my wife and D Winters gets hurt. That's about par for the course. I mean, this would be great. If just to slow things down, he was faking the injury. I'll take it. Damon, you jinxed it. Is it me? Did I just speak that injury into existence? Fuck. This is hold on. Hey, Damon, very solid for the 1050 guy. Look at it this way. I didn't meet Jillian when I was the 1050 guy. That wouldn't have happened. You didn't get to meet that caliber of women when you were on 1050. You needed to be an afternoon drive for that. Get Nick Martin out there. I mean, is that where it is? Is that how bad D Winters is hurt here? No, look, D Winters is up. He's walking to the blue tent. Little hitch to his giddy up. Now, Robinson's going to come on in and get those snaps now. We got to Joe Young. Wife said it, Damon. What the fuck they doing? And not much today. Not much today. 49ers defense just cannot get off the field. It's bend, don't break defense. If all you're going to do is bend, it's going to hurt. The Niners have forgotten the don't break portion of the bend, don't break defense. I disagree with this. Stout has not been a disaster. Stout's a player, man. I mean, Stout is a real deal player. He's going to be very good in this league. What he is 7 games into a career. I think he's going to be just fine. CJ Stroud fires one on 2nd and 10. It is incomplete. And so it is, stop me if you've heard this before, 3rd and 10 for the Houston Texans. Can the Niners get off the field on 3rd down? I'm going to have to see it to believe it. I really am. I'm going to have to see it to believe it. Can they get off the field on 3rd down? I don't know if they will. They haven't gotten off the field on 3rd down all damn day today. It is just a parade of first downs for the Houston Texans all gosh darn day. They've already got 16. The Niners only have 2. CJ Stroud, decent pocket, slip on a tackle, and a first down. First down to Schultz. Looks like he's a little hurt on the play. Malik Mustafa came in here and just overran the play. Mustafa just totally ran, slipped, fell, and the Texans were just able to turn the ball upfield and run for a first down. I mean, it's a first. Every third down becomes a first down. Like I just said, every third down becomes a first down all damn day. Look at it this way. If you're not going to do anything about that, 49ers, you ain't coming back in the second half. Okay? That's how that works. You cannot get off the field on third down. You're not going to win this football game. Rob says the 49ers, the NFL, needs to investigate the Niners' injuries. I mean, it's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. And the fact that it doesn't feel like it's just like a year or two here or there. For the vast majority of Kyle's career, the Niners have been hurt by injuries. You know, they've got more seasons taken away from them than they've had. Yeah. And that was set up to go smoothly. The only times Kyle has had healthy teams, he's in the Super Bowl, basically. I mean, this is a way to look at it. Next year, we'll probably lead the league in injuries, too. Yeah, see if you can get a future prop bet on that. See if you can get that. First down. CJ West, right in the middle of the field. Just absolutely carving up the Niners today. Well, here's the deal. Elmore, 19-7 ain't bad. Yeah, that's what you need. That's what you're hoping for right here now. You're already in. Hopefully we can just hold them to a field goal once again, because getting off the field before they get in the field goal range is clearly not a reality that the Niners are going to get to enjoy today. They got to force a turnover here. Sam Aquinu, nice tackle. Again, the defense is pathetic. They haven't forced a punt. Do you think this is a defense that is pathetic? Or do you think that they've officially absorbed now a level of injuries to important players that is just going to kind of spoil the punch? It's been a bad day. Incomplete pass on 2nd and 7. So here comes 3rd and 7. And because it is now a third down, it will become a first down, because that's the way this entire game has gone. Yeah, CJ West is out. Yeah, bye-bye parlay. Au revoir. 33 attempts. There it is. Lynn's job is getting warm. This roster sucks. Actually, they're 5-2 miraculously, because some of the guys that are young guys on this team are making plays. But that is a touchdown. Again, a 3rd and 7 is a touchdown. Just like that. That was awful. That was awful. How about this? I'm not, there's no more silver linings to put around this one. This one's gotten away from the 49ers today, and they blow this afternoon. Xavier Hutchinson just running right across. Just Jair Brown got totally cooked on that. Not good. Not good at all. Well, the bad news is it's 23-7. The good news is hopefully it'll be over soon. This has got "ain't happening today" written all over it. I mean, I am Mr. 60 minutes to play, but there's the Niners got nothing to them today. They got no juice. And as I suggested during the week, I thought that this might be the week that reality catches up to the Niners. And I said that I would not be angry with the loss. I'm disappointed with the way that they played so poorly. But this is one of those, so you went to Houston, nothing went right, burn the tape, never talk of it again. That's what I think this one turns into. I don't think there's a lot of learning lessons here other than you need to learn the lesson that when you have a staggering amount of catastrophic injuries every single time you play a football game, it's going to be harder to play that next football game, and that's compounding interest. Yeah, 3rd and long, they'll convert. Yeah, it's just been a conversion celebration all day. Yeah. Philip, congratulations, 49ers. You have rejuvenated CJ Stroud's career in just one game. Yeah, this is an injury caught up to you type of situation. And I appreciate this. JM617, down 16, 9 minutes left in the third, a lot of time left. You are right, but the Niners cannot get off the field. You know, if you're going to come back in a game at some point in time, you're going to have to force a punt. Niners have not done that all day. The Houston Texans are playing a level of football that means that, like, the Niners defense isn't even out there. Everything has been easy for Houston today. I think injuries have just caught up in a way that, you know, it's going to get insurmountable at one point, and today I think is that point. Joe Young, that drive started at the 5-yard line. That's demoralizing. That's why you're not winning today. Again, when you needed to get off the field to stay in a game, you just let the Texans go 95 yards right up your ass. So, yeah, that's why let me tell you what could still happen is I'm all out of that today. I'm all out of that today. I ain't bullshitting you today. The Niners are going to lose this football game. Unless, of course, they return this punt right here, this kickoff right here. Sky Moore gets upended, doesn't even make it to the 25. Yeah, you know it ain't going to be your day when the single best unit the 49ers brought with them to this football game was their special teams. Bobby is cooking it up, huh, Damon? Yeah, it's not happening today for Robert Saleh. Again, he's missing an awful lot of ingredients. 49ers on both sides of the ball look hungover. Were they hanging out with me last night? Today they are slow and pathetic. Here's the thing. At no point in time during the Patrick Monahan's 50th birthday party did I turn around and see any 49ers in there drinking. But yeah, they're just it's just a not good all day situation. Christian McCaffrey carries it for about 8-9 yards, 2nd and 1. Let's see if the 49ers offense can take the 2nd and 1 and make it 3rd and 4. Will they pick up a first down? The 49ers have made the bold decision to pick up a first down. Is that their 4th today? They got 4 first downs now? Oh, no, excuse me. That is their 3rd first down of the day. Did you enjoy those? Have you enjoyed all 3 first downs as much as I have? By the way, Christian McCaffrey, his first 7 games, he was killing it. Today, he isn't doing anything. Mac Jones, deep downfield, looking for Juwan Jennings, who literally has it hit him in his hands, and he drops it. Juwan Jennings blows. Juwan Jennings, I'm a $20 million a year receiver. My ass, dude. That's a terrible drop. Juwan Jennings had a step on the defense, had a step on everyone. That hit him right in the cradle of his hands, and he drops it. Oh, my God. Dude, Juwan, on a day where you got to make a play, he ain't making anything. Tomorrow, you work out free agents for defensive line help. Rob, they've been working out free agents every single day all year long. Yeah, they're never looking to replace something here. They need more help, and they're not going to get it. And John Lynch needs to make a big trade, and we'll see if he does. Put in Adrian Martinez. This toast is buttered. You know, how ridiculous would it be to get Mac Jones hurt on a day like today? Yeah, tomorrow working out free agents. We got buttered toast right today. Probably, yeah. Again, thank you for the supers. Thank you for hitting like. Thank you for hitting subscribe. We got merch. Buy a coffee mug. Do that today to make me happy. Man, oh man. It's a problem. We got ourselves a problem today. Again, we're not doing this. Anyone thinking Shanahan has any future is a moron. He is a very good coach who has seen half of his team get hurt once again. We're not doing this again. We're not doing this again. If you think Kyle Shanahan's a bad coach, you must you might not like him. You might not like the fact that he has yet to win a Super Bowl. But to say that he's bad at this means you don't even know what it is you're talking about. Good teams, good coaches have bad games. Today is one of those for sure. Flag on this play. This is going nowhere. Kyle shaking his head. Is it against the Niners? False start. Who's a false start on? Connor, Colby. Come on, man. I mean, Mac Jones is just looking at dudes running straight at him every single down. Guy's got no time. 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11. I mean, could there be a 4th first down today? We got another flag here on the play. Where is the flag? Mac Jones running for his life. He's brought down from behind, and he got hurt. Mac Jones looked like he hurt his knee a little bit right there, of course, because he's a freaking warrior. He's going to get up and he's going to jog it off. Oh, do we have offsides? Offsides. Looking to get a jump on Trent Williams. Yep, they were offsides. So another down to play with here. 3rd and 6. What have the Niners got on 3rd and 6? The answer all day has been not much. Mac, again, has to step up in the pocket and run. He does pick up the first down. God bless Mac Jones. He's out here to play today. Shoo. Shoo. Pardon me. Oh, my goodness. All right. Could easily be 0-7. I mean, yeah, it's I don't know about 0-7, but the fact that they're 5-2 through 7 games, given all the circumstances, ain't bad. Ain't bad at all. But today, it's been a bad day. And this is a bad game. Doesn't mean the Niners are a bad team. Doesn't mean they're about to now have a bad season. It's one afternoon of football. But it's been an ugly afternoon. Just over the 50, Mack gives it up to McCaffrey up the middle, who runs for a first down. Christian McCaffrey just picked up a first down with his own two legs, picked up about 11, 12, right up the middle there. Yeah, Hennessy with a nice little clear out block right there. Mr. Bruce, how we doing? Not great. Thanks for asking. Okay. Hey, diddle diddle. There's George Kittle. Big first down. Niners moving the ball a little bit. Just a little. Thanks to George Kittle. All right, Niners in the red zone. Again, for any hope to be offered up by me for the remainder of today's live stream, they're gonna need a touchdown on this drive. You know, you settle for an Eddie Pinheiro field goal right here. That's exactly what Houston wants. So there can be none of that. There should be 4 down territory the rest of the way. Joe Young saying, I am done with you, Jennings. Yeah, Juwan is just has not done much. All right, Mac Jones in trouble, sacked. Mac Jones just sacked again. Actually, no, is it the first time he's been sacked today? There's just nowhere to go with the ball. The Texans are all over everything. So now it's 3rd and 17. Niners got him right where they want him. Mac Jones throws downfield. First down. Oh, my God. What do you know? Juwan Jennings makes a catch at the what? Juwan, don't dance. You're in no position to dance at all today, Juwan. Just catch the football and go back to the huddle. Wow. Mac Jones just delivered right there on a didn't feel like it was going to happen down. It just happened. It is 1st and goal for the 49ers. 1st and goal right here. I think the Houston Texans are, were they calling a timeout? No, this clock is ticking. 3rd and goal. What do you got? Kyle Juszczyk in the backfield. Little fake. Tutongus. Touchdown. It ain't over. In some inexplicable way, we ain't done here today. I still don't like the Niners' chances at all today, but they ain't done. You know, I'm glad that the offense woke up a little bit right here. But if the defense is just, going to spend all day long making 0 plays, there's 0 reason to get excited. But yes, nice development. The Niners are going for 2. And oh my God, Brian Robinson Jr. catches a football. It is 23-15. Are things happening? I'm not confident enough to say things are happening, but okay. Okay. Now, if you want me to get excited about where the 49ers are in this game at all. I need to see them get off the field on a third down here before, the Texans pick up the next 6 first downs. I don't know if that's going to happen. Again, there's no reason to start patting anybody on their backs just yet. By the way, excuse me, Demarcus Robinson with the 2-point conversion, not Brian Robinson. There he is. Yay, look at that. As many touchdowns as he has games suspended for he's going to need more touchdowns for that. Danny Golding, we back in this. Danny, thank you. Putting $4 in that ganja jar. I thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Let's see what we got. All right. Kickoff goes to the 5. Houston, nothing damaging here on the return. Okay. All right. 22 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And the 49ers defense has yet to appear in this football game. The 49ers defense has yet to do a damn thing in this game at all. Kind of amazing. Kind of amazing that with everything we've seen, with all that hasn't happened, that this is a one-possession game. That's pretty amazing. Oh, my God. Some 49er just got crushed by a Texan offensive lineman. Who was that? Somebody came in on a blitz and got absolutely destroyed. Woof. Woof. What a pancake block. Oh, my gosh. Marks ran right behind that. That was a freaking grocery aisle to run through. Wow. I think, is that Givens who just got absolutely smoked right there? Yeah, we got a whole bunch of Givens coming up here, man. Oh, dude, Kevin Givens just got blown the fuck up as bad as you can get blown up on the line of scrimmage. Wow. Again, that's the day. That's the 49ers defensive day right there. What you just saw happen to Kevin Givens has been how this game has gone. Damon, now the time has come for C.J. Stroud. We've seen the first 7 games to return to return and throw a pick here. 49ers defense, make a play. Joe, try to speak it into existence. I appreciate it. I just saw the 49ers get bulldozed on the line of scrimmage in a way that you don't even see in a JV versus varsity practice. I'm going to have to see something other than limp-wristed, horrible play from the 49ers defense to think that it's a one-possession game. They're going to do anything. I thoroughly expect a touchdown here from the Houston Texans. That's the day it's been. Hey, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. We haven't seen a punt from Houston today. Yeah, Huff missing hurts. If you think Huff missing hurts, let's talk about Fred Warner. How much do you think Fred Warner's out here cleaning up all this shit? I mean, here's the thing. Nick Bosa, very good player. The choice between Nick Bosa and losing Fred Warner for the year is no choice at all. Goodbye, Nick. Never to be seen from again. You need Fred Warner. You lose both of them, it's savage. Damon, your loyalty is missed. Hold the line. Again, it's one thing to have loyalty. It's another to have a set of eyes. The eyes that I have on this game means the Niners are still in an awful lot of trouble. They just cannot get off the field. It's impossible. It's impossible for them to get off the field. They haven't done a thing on third down all day. If you're telling me that from here on out, they're going to play the best defensive game that they played all year, yeah, maybe the Niners have a chance. But if it's anything like the first three quarters, they're in a lot of trouble. 1st and 10, Houston. First play of the fourth quarter about to start. Here we go. Hey, what do you know? Incomplete pass. A drop. Yeah, 49ers' best defensive play is an offensive drop. Take it. Take it. 2nd and 10. Need to do something right here. Turnover, make a play. Turnover, make a play. Run up the middle, gains about 6 or 7, making it 3rd and 4 or 3rd and 5. It's going to be 3rd and 5. And again, all day long. Here are your drives. Field goal, touchdown, field goal, touchdown. If you're telling me this is the 3rd down, they're going to get off the field, maybe something different happens today. This is about to be a 1st down. I mean, I have zero faith in the 49ers defense right here. 3rd and 5 has been like stealing candy from a baby all day for Houston. Is it going to be any difference on this one play? Are you going to make a play? Are you going to make a play? San Francisco, you going to make a play? A defensive play? No, C.J. Stroud is just going to take off and pick up a 1st down with his own 2 legs. He just tucked it, ran, easy. 1st down. Again, candy from a baby. You know, they just can't get off the field. Yeah, I don't think the Texans are going to punt today. Oh, and we got a hurt 49er. Again, you know me. I'm a positive guy during a football game. I'm here to tell you what still could happen today. This is all bad. It's a 1 possession game. Congratulations. I don't think you got a shot of winning it. I don't. My confidence is officially rattled because on 3rd down, you might as well be a bunch of fucking Girl Scouts. Actually, the Girl Scouts would do more out there than the Niners have done. They would have gotten off the field at least once. Well, as we're in a little bit of a break right here and right now, let me thank all of you for being here right now. Pardon me, frog in the throat. I no longer feel oogie. I've at least talked myself out of the oogie feeling after being out late in Marina last night. So the Niners don't look anything like themselves. I'm starting to feel a little bit more like myself today. Thank you yourself for being here. Really appreciate it. Thank you very, very much to everyone who has gone ahead and hit that like button. Thanks to everyone who's gone ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let's take a little look, shall we? Where are we? Look at this. Look at this. We are at 48,147 subscribers. I mean, can we get to 150 right now? Could 3 of you lean in and tap sub? Could just 3 of you tap sub right now to get me to 48,150? We're trying to get to 50,000 by the bye week. Like the Niners are trying to get off the field. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we got a goal. We're trying to reach it. Be aggressive. That's what we do over here. People saying, Damon, scoreboard, please stay positive. Stay positive. Again, I'm positive that the 49ers defense ain't going to do shit today until they show me that they're going to do something. I am positive that they cannot get off the field on 3rd down, and you haven't shown me a reason to not believe that. So I can't not believe that yet. Really? No one's going to lean in and hit that sub? You're going to make me come off this? What do we got? What do we got in terms of injury over here? What are we looking at? Slowing it down. Was that Sam Aquinu? Oh, look at that. Somebody unsubscribed. What a dick. Okay. 1st and 10. Texans. Right up the middle. 8 yards. That was easy. So it's going to set up second and short. If second and short becomes third and short, that third down will become a first down because that's how it's been all day. You know, I was rallying against the cooked and washed crowd just this week. You know, the Christian McCaffrey, he's cooked, he's washed. We got nothing but French maids and chefs out there. A huge run around the left-hand side, at least a 20-yard gain. Yeah, the 49ers are not winning today. They're just not. They stink today. Defensively, they suck. Yeah, cooked. They are a little cooked today for sure. I think so. Oh, wait a minute. I do have the wrong score up. Hold on. Did I not give the Niners those points they so dramatically earned? My bad. Let's take care of that. Let's get you updated to where the Niners are right now. Oh, my God. They made a play behind the line of scrimmage. Malik Mustafa comes in, makes a very nice tackle. It is 2nd and 12 because of that play. Oh, my God. A negative offensive play for the Houston Texans. I didn't even think that was an option today. It's just been an absolute clobbering. 2nd and 12. CJ Stroud rolls to his right. Looking. There's a flag on the play. He takes off. What happened? Allison says, I think I bought the wrong koozie. So sad. Did you get the wrong cozy? The wrong koozie? Allison, I guess you're going to have to buy another there over in the merch shop. Thank you so much for trying. It is unreal that this is a one-score game. It is, Mr. 33 Degrees, but it's not. It's only a one-score game on the scoreboard. Spiritually, the 49ers are being shut out 65-0 in this game. Seriously. That's the Niners. This is one of the most thorough ass kickings I've seen the 49ers take in years. This is like going back to that Christmas Ravens game where they just got turned into paste by the Ravens. That's how bad this has been. Like, forget about the scoreboard. You know, how did the game feel? It felt like an assault in a dark alley. They throw a blitz. They throw a blitz at the Texans. The Texans kind of get around the blitz, but they're still going to lose some yards there. It will be 3rd and long. 3rd and 17, which means the Texans are about to pick up 18 at least on this next play. Let's see. Going to have to get a turn. I mean, the turnover is going to be needed here on 3rd and 17. You know, a field goal right here, you're in trouble. 3rd and 17 from the 20. Yeah, D'Amico's just going to go ahead and get a little handoff up the middle. He's going to play for the field goal because he knows. D'Amico knows. He knows he's got a defense that isn't going to let the 49ers, rip off 11 unanswered in the remaining 10 minutes that they're going to have in this game. It's just not that day. All right. Well, let me make sure I've got this correct this time around because it's about to be 26-15. And Yeah, it ain't going to happen today, kids. It isn't. I wish I was high. I'm just drunk today. A little early in the day to be that drunk. So you're still sober enough to get high. So good luck. I mean, I love it. I love it. Damian Geppetto, down 11, need a drive to give the defense a rest. This defense right now could check into a 4-star hotel with room service and get all the rest it could possibly want. It ain't going to help them at all today. This is not an issue of, well, you guys are a little tired out there. This is an issue of you guys are helpless. This is a helpless 49er defense today. I mean, there's the Texans aren't going to punt today. Even if you score here, the Texans will be scoring on their next drive. So unless the 49ers score a touchdown, then immediately declare they're about to kick an onside kick, recover that, and score again, I don't think they got a shot today. Hey, buddy. The kids are back. You've been warned.
Why did it say Fox again?
Well, because we're watching the channel Fox. That's what this game is on. Everyone, this is Jack. It's not Jack's fault that the 49ers are playing poorly today. It's not been a good day, buddy. You're not playing good defense.
Yeah, I know.
You're not playing good defense. Oh, Ozzy's here now.
Watching.
Ozzy, here you go. You were watching. Little rally, Ozzy. He's got the Niner t-shirt on today. We'll see if it can happen.
Barely.
Dude, look at this hair, kid. Look at this hair.
It's way too long.
It is way too long, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your hair is way too long.
I did not know that this chair could lean back.
Yeah.
It got a giant springy. Right?
By the way, this is the point in the game where I'm going to tell you, I think the Niners are so cooked today. We're going to just hang out with the kids. They're going to be more entertaining than this defense is going to be. Not good.
15 to 26.
That's right, Jack. It is 26-15 Houston, and that's just not good. What are you're sniffing an awful lot? You got a little cold? Got a little cold?
Grandpa got a cold.
Grandpa's got a cold? So maybe Grandpa gave you guys a cold instead of the other way around for the first time in a long time?
Yeah, first Ozzy gave the cold to Grandpa, and now it's coming back to Ozzy.
Oh, so it's like a boomerang. Comes back to you.
But now it's also coming to me.
Oh, are you feeling like you're getting a little bit of a cold?
Kind of.
Hey, you better not get a cold. Oh, thank you. Coughing directly into the microphone so I can get a cold?
The boys have been talking about how
Thank
they
you.
are famous.
No, don't cough in my face, boys. Sorry, what?
The boys have been talking about how they're famous because they are on your show.
Oh, is that it? I'm not even famous because I'm on my show, but if the boys are, that's great.
Exactly. They want to be famous.
All right. Well, that's what could go wrong there. Guys, I tell you what, I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you guys in about 20-25 minutes. Okay. We're going to go to Limo's farm. Don't turn anything lights up. Don't turn anything off, Jack. Get out. No, turn that back on. Turn that back on.
Come here, Jack.
There we go.
It was supposed to be a quick pop-in.
All right, guys.
Say go Niners.
Love you.
Go Niners.
Love you. See you soon. See you in 9 minutes and 28 seconds of bad football. Okay.
Niners.
Maybe the Niners can do something magical.
Probably not.
And 9.
I mean, the cherry on top of this game would be getting Christian McCaffrey hurt in what is now a almost impossible to win scenario. It's 2nd and 15, by the way. The Niners love to go backwards offensively, and they have. Let's see what Mac Jones has got on 2nd and 15. He's going to step up in the pocket, and he's going to throw underneath, and Kyle Juszczyk is tackled immediately where he catches the ball. So this is going to set up 3rd and 12. Loner Incognito. Wow, Damon, you got your hands full with those two. Yeah. Yeah. Again, 2nd and 15, you're going to have a 3-yard dump down to Juice. That's because they got nobody open. Damon, you might want to take a shot for medicinal purposes. Seriously, those little germ factories. Oh my God, we have a Jordan Watkins sighting. And unfortunately, though, the ball was thrown too high and it goes off of his hands. But on the very first time we've seen Jordan Watkins today, it's an incomplete pass. Number 17, there he is. Right between his hands. Fucking rookies. Kyle will probably never play him again. Even Mac Jones is like, God damn it. You got to catch that. You know, maybe if they hadn't waited until halfway through the season to use Jordan Watkins, he might have been more prepared for that moment. I know he's been a little hurt along the way, but who isn't? Bringing in the kids, it's a shameless pitch for ratings. How'd they do? How we doing from a viewership standpoint right now? The kids bring in the crowd. Here's a more important, relevant question from Thomas. Can Jack block? Miss the kids. Yeah, and this is, again, I didn't buy the Limos is sitting there 365 days a year. Jillian picks the Sunday before Halloween to drive us down the one. I love my wife. Logistically, she can make some bad choices. It's going to be a nightmare. But what else am I doing today? I got nothing to do but hang out with the kids, go to a petting zoo, try not to get any freaking scabies from the pets. It'll be fun. All right, so it is basically the Texans are trying to run a 7-minute drill. And that's how they open this game, by like 8-9 minutes of possession time. This is a game that can't end fast enough. 2nd and 5, first down. Just right to the sticks, easy first down. Tick, 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 tick. It's been a frustrating day. It's been a day that I told you, no matter what happened, if the Niners were able to stay on the lead lap, fantastic. If they fall off the lead lap with a loss in Houston, I kind of expected it. I kind of felt it. I didn't go all the way to predict it. I thought that there were still some avenues to maybe win this game today, given how banged up Houston is and how bad their offensive line is. But that is just a testament to how wrong the 49ers are defensively today. You know, they can't take advantage of one of the NFL's worst offensive lines. That's how shorthanded they are up front. And Robert Saleh can only, scheme and dial up so much something. When you don't have the players out there to make the plays, you're in trouble. And that's what has happened. I mean, the mission in this game right now, in the final 6 minutes of this fourth quarter, there is only one thing the 49ers need to do. Make sure nobody gets hurt before you go to New York next week. That's it. There's one goal remaining in this game for the Niners. Losing it was never, or getting back in this game to win it was never really on the stick today, but it was a one-possession game. I don't care. I've watched the whole thing. The Niners are as helpless as a baby seal during Let's Club baby seal season up in Alaska, okay? They got no shot today. They've been manhandled all afternoon. Manhandled everywhere but the scoreboard. But they've been manhandled. So, get to New York. Again, no Malik Neighbors, rookie quarterback. Dable's not a very good coach, and Cam Scatterbo broke his leg today. You can win that game. The Niners can be at 6-3 with a win over the Giants. Oh my God, on 3rd and 3, the 49ers decided to make a tackle to force a punt. Are we going to see a punt? I mean, honestly, I don't even know if I'm going to, I would punt here because the Niners aren't going 90 yards. First punt of the game. It will not be a punt-free afternoon for the Houston Texans. What a win. What a win for the Niners. They're going to force a punt today. No other team has injuries of this scale. Not even close. Really not even close out there. And Sky Moore, who has just done a terrible job fielding punts all season, does a bad job there too. That's one that you got to catch and try to do something with. He lets it bounce. This is a guy who's fielded punts with his feet on the 2-yard line. He lets that one bounce at about the 6-yard line, and it gets a Houston bounce, and all the Niners are going to need to do is go 98 yards. Sky Moore sucks, okay? Sky Moore sucks. The Kansas City Chiefs aren't saying goodbye to good football players. You know what I mean? Unless it's like, oh, we can't afford to keep Tyreek Hill around at that price. He's got to go. I mean, really? The only thing you're trying to do here is not get safetied. I bet you they do. I bet you the Niners get a safety here. I bet you somebody on their offensive line screws up. There's a holding. Dude, by the way, Trent Williams stinks now. That's a problem. Mac Jones, you got to get rid of that quickly. Hey, he finds Kendrick Bourne. It's going to be a first down. Oh my God, the Niners are actually running a hurry-up offense. They're not huddling. This is nice. I didn't know they had a no huddle. Juwan Jennings. Here's the thing. Even if the Niners score here, they're not getting off the field. They don't get off the field today. There's not enough time left in this game. Second and 2. Yeah, now, operating underneath is going to be there every play for Mac Jones. This is just a chance for Mac Jones to gussy up his completion percentage at the end of a game that you ain't going to win. Get underneath to McCaffrey. Oh, McCaffrey, he's running. McCaffrey does get the ball down to about the 30-yard line, 40-yard line there. So on the move are the 49ers. Oh, boy, on the move. Someone's sell Trent. Here's the thing. As bad as Trent has become, he is still this team's best offensive lineman, which is maybe a problem unto itself, right? But, yeah, Trent's had a rough day today, and guys are running right around him. Like, when you're asking, does Trent Williams have any dominant seasons left in him? The answer to that question is thoroughly no. He might have a handful of good games left in him. Today was not one of them. All right, we do have a clock stopped right here. We got Derek Stingley Jr. limping off the field. Elmore saying, hey, just kick the field goal right here and then go for that onside. McKivitz is this team's best offensive lineman. I mean, if that's true, that's a problem, right? Mac Jones looked for a big play downfield to Kendrick Bourne. Kendrick Bourne looks like he had that hit him in his hands, and he dropped it. He did. I mean, it would have been a really nice catch from Kendrick Bourne. But, I mean, if it hits you in your hands, you're supposed to catch it. He didn't. You got a slowing down of Trent Williams. You got a Dominic Pooney regression. You got a left guard that hasn't proven himself at all. You got a backup center and Hennessy in there who, I don't know, better than Brendel. Brendel the problem. Not today he wasn't. He's not even playing. Christian McCaffrey takes a big hit right there, but does pick up a first down. Niners are going to try to run one more play here before the 2-minute warning. From the 30, 205, 204, 203. You got to get this off. Mac does. Looks to fire downfield. Interception. Jawan Jennings got beaten inside, and that ball was underthrown, and that's an interception, and that is ball game. Awful day for the Niners. Awful, awful football game for the Niners. There's no sugarcoating it. Now, I'm not upset at it. Awful was going to be out there for the Niners eventually this year, given the circumstances they're playing under. We saw it today. When you look at it this way, when you are a team that is struggling, a really good defense is the last thing you want to see. For all of Houston's offensive problems that they had coming into today, they were not revealed today, and that pretty good defense was all day. The Niners had nothing but a couple of jabs, not a single, roundhouse, not a single true punch to throw all day today. Well, in MSQ, he says, there goes the quarterback controversy. There is no quarterback controversy. If there's a quarterback controversy on whatever channel you watch for your favorite content creation, you're watching someone who doesn't really know what they're talking about. There's no quarterback controversy here at all, because there isn't one, I don't think, in Kyle's mind at all. That's it. Brock's going to come back. But this today was a bad, bad day. We got Joel saying Kyle outcoached. I think he got out-healthed. He got out-healthed today. I mean, D'Amico had a great job. I mean, here's the thing. The Texans can be very proud of this. The Texans played really well today. D'Amico had his team ready to go after an embarrassing game in Seattle. The Houston Texans showed you that, they got a little bit more pride than some people who even cover the Houston Texans were insisting that this team might have had. You got your ass kicked in the trenches. You will lose football games when you get your ass kicked on the line of scrimmage all the time. And that's what happened today. Again, when everyone was trying to play but it's a one-possession game, there were times when, hey, it really is. It is a one-possession game. Anything can happen. 10 minutes left. One-possession game. Theoretically, you're right. Theoretically. The 49ers were never in a one-possession game today, even though they were. As the 49ers occupied that one-possession game, they were still as helpless and rudderless as they had been all game long. It wasn't going to happen. I'm going off media. Brock is our guy. Enough said, MSQ. Thomas says, Cohen's tweeting about Brock right now. Oh, look, Brock didn't do anything wrong today. That's the one guy I'm sure played well today. The guy who didn't play at all. How about this? If you played for the 49ers today, you probably had a bad game. If you didn't play for the 49ers, you had a better day than anyone who did. It was a great day for Brock. You see the way he carried that clipboard? He didn't drop it once. McKivitz just getting beat inside. Second and 8. Tick, 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 tick. I'll tell you who had a great game today was Will Anderson Jr. I mean, he was just feasting on whichever tackle he was lining up against, whichever interior offensive lineman had to deal with him for a minute. You got beat. He was good today. Again, the 49ers got outgained 474 to 217. That's just a butt whooping. Larry said it was going to be 31-9 Niners. No, he couldn't have said that. I don't believe that. 31-9. I don't think he predicted. Joseph, come on. All right, so it's 4th and 5. Tick, 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 tick. Niners are going to get the ball back here. Hey, they forced another punt. Congratulations to the Niners. Niners special teams has been the best aspect of their game today, which is why they had no chance today. Texans call a timeout right before they get a delay game, so it's going to be 62 seconds remaining in the game as this. Here's the thing. What the Niners should do when they get this ball back is take a knee. That's how uncompetitive they have been all day. That's how much they should not risk injury in a completely lost football. They should take a knee. Well, Damon, you don't want to give up at the end of the game. It was give up at the end of the game. You gave up on every single third down in the fucking game. What do you mean give up at the end of the game? You gave up all day long defensively. Don't go thumping your chest over any symbolic nothing right now. There is no symbolism here. You won or you lost. Today you lost. Don't be mad about it. Go get the New York Giants in a more winnable game next week. Be 6-3 after next week. 6-3, all the injuries through the first 9 games of this year. If you're selling it to me right now, I'll buy it. Even the Houston Texans crowd is taken off from this one. They're like, yeah, let's go to the parking lot. This shit is over. "53 seconds, and we can basically go over the tail of the tape and then all get out of here. I got to go beat traffic on the 1. Good God. What is this? Wow, what a brain dead statement. David, take a fucking knee. What if Christian McCaffrey caught a ball here in a can't win it game and got hurt? What if Christian McCaffrey got hurt on this play? What if Mac Jones got hurt on this play? What if anybody got hurt on this play? Mac Jones, sacked. Will Anderson Jr., I just told you he had a really good day. Anytime he lines up against anybody, that guy got his ass kicked. So there you go. With 34 seconds on 2nd and 20 in a game you can't win, should you risk injury again here? Should you risk injury? Yeah, the Niners are going to risk some injuries. Let's go. Go. Let's get Mac Jones hit fucking again. No, you're going to throw the ball to the sideline. Yay, you stop the clock. More chance to get hurt on 3rd and 20. Hooray. What a great day. Pumpkins on me. And this team ain't a pumpkin. Thank you very much, NC Mulhauser. It is amazing how expensive freaking pumpkins have gotten these days. Freaking pumpkins are expensive. I remember you'd go get a pumpkin for $2 as a kid. Now it's $15, $20 a pumpkin. So thank you very, very much, NC. We will be buying pumpkins with that super. I can tell you that. Hey, Jordan Watkins has his first catch as a pro to make it 4th, and who gives a shit? With 15 seconds left. Great. Dude, you got 2 Houston Texan fans in full Houston Texans uniforms with armbands like they're playing and shit today, jumping around very happy. Good for them. And here on 4th and 13, the 49ers are going to throw underneath, watch Kendrick Bourne get absolutely eviscerated. Luckily, he didn't get hurt. And with 9 seconds left, they will turn the ball over. That was so much better than just kneeling on the ball. Oh, thank you, Niners, for competing so hard in the final waning seconds of a cannot-win-it football game. Great. Let's see who the real 49er fans are now. MSQ says, stand up. Hey, man, just don't get anybody hurt and get to New York and win that game. I thought the Niners were going to have a tough one today. Maybe they had a shot. They got their asses kicked. This is you got beat up level beat. The Niners got their asses handed to them today. Burn the tape. Never speak of this one again. Kruger and I will have a wake up for you at 9 a.m. And then we're never going to talk about this one again. There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to learn. Here's the lesson to learn. You probably don't want to go into a lot of games with Fred Warner, Bryce Huff, and Nick Bosa all fucking hurt. And you will be going into next week with that. So maybe you learned something today. But this was a ass kicking on the line of scrimmage that the 49ers rarely receive. They got beat up by the high school bully, dragged into the boys' room, and swirled in a toilet. This was as bad of a game as Shanahan has ever coached. Not that he was really bad. I mean, it was just things went that wrong today. You know, there's not a lot of times when I've looked at the Niners play a football game, whether they've, lost it or not, and I've said helpless. To the point where when it was mathematically a one-possession game, I was saying there's still nothing to see here. They are mathematically in a game, but they are helplessly nowhere to be found in this football game at the same time. So burn the tape, never talk about it again. John Lynch, make a fucking trade to make your football team better in the trenches, and do it now. Or live with the reality that this year can be a playoff year, but you're still not going to really do anything against a team of consequence, probably. But what's the team of consequence? I mean, that's the thing. I don't love the Niners, but I really don't love the rest of the NFL either. Greatness will not be needed to win a Super Bowl this NFL season. A pretty good team is going to be a Super Bowl winner. And there is this weird reality where you can still make the argument the Niners are going to get better at some point in time this year, because they get Ricky Pearsall back, they get Brock Purdy back, they get Brandon Ayuk back, they get George Kittle playing himself into shape. They're going to get Bryce Huff back. Maybe they make a trade to help you out there. Tatum Bethune, D. Winters, these guys are going to get better. Upton Stout's going to get better. At least you broke the damn interception streak today. That's got to be the one bit of good news that this game actually produced. But everything about this one today was a rough one. I'm not even going to go over individual stats. Individually, everything kind of sucked today. Here you go. 23 first downs. Niners had 12. 3 first downs today. That's all they had. The Niners were 3 for 9 on third down and 0 for 1 on fourth down, where it was a day of 50% better. 9 of 16 for the Texans. They ran 31 more plays than the Niners. They gained about 250 more yards. I mean, I can't believe that the Niners actually had 5.1 yards per play today. They got outrushed 157 to 48. It was a day McCaffrey couldn't do anything, and this is just the most thorough ass kicking you're going to see a Kyle Shanahan team get in a time of possession battle right here than as you will ever see. That's got to be one of the worst time of possession ratios in Kyle's career. more than doubled up. That's rough. The good news I have, and it's not news that I'm happy to share with you at all, but while you were watching this today or the Niners today, with the New York Giants up next on the schedule, Cam Scadaboo's season came to a screeching halt. He broke his leg today. Jackson Dart is a rookie. Brian Dable's on a hot seat. Malik Neighbors is hurt. Scadaboo is hurt. Don't get hurt on the MetLife turf and go beat the New York Giants. Be 6-3 with a MASH unit through 9 games, and you're where you need to be. I said I wasn't going to get mad at a loss today. If the Niners lost today, I'm going to keep my word. Burn the tape. We'll do Wake Up at 9 a.m. Yours truly, Larry Krueger, co-streaming on both of our channels, and we're never going to talk about this one again. That's how bad that was. Burn the tape. Don't talk about it anymore. All right, on the way out here, we're just going to say thanks again to our supers. MSQ says, let's see again who the real 49er fans are. Stand up. I hear you. No doubt about it. Again, today is a day that shouldn't really bother you that much. If you know football, you knew that they were in bad shape. Don't start Purdy on that awful New York turf. Rob, I would agree. It's not time. Not time to bring Brock Purdy back next week. The week after, it's the Rams. I think that's when we see him. Thanks very much, Bree. Thank you. It was my pleasure. These are some of the biggest audiences we get all week, all year during these live streams. So I love doing it for you. It's an awful lot of fun. All NFC teams lose but the Eagles. Is that what's happened today? Is that how bad it's been today? Okay. Well, I don't know about that, but hold on. I'm not even going to take a look around the NFL, but I do thank you for everyone, and thank you for the supers. Again, I got to go take the kids to a petting zoo. That'll make me happy. And oh, by the way, my Indiana Hoosiers are the number 2 team in the country, and we're for real. Like, I want Alabama. I want Ohio State. I'm not fucking around. We can beat anybody on the line of scrimmage, which means we're a real football team. Indiana might have a chance to have beaten the Niners today. That's how much Indiana kicks ass on the line of scrimmage. That's why they're for real. And that's why the Niners today weren't for real for a minute out there. They got beaten badly. Why isn't MetLife turf replaced? Cheap fucks. It's just that simple. The New York Giants and the New York Jets have an awful football stadium. It sucks in every conceivable way a football stadium can suck. It sucks for the players. It sucks for the fans. It sucks for the architecture. It ain't a good building. And when it comes to knowing a bad football stadium, I am this market's expert. Ask all the good folks down at Levi's. Anyways, bad day for the Niners. Hopefully it's a good day for you going forward, and hopefully it is a great day again for our good friends and all of our sponsors and the people who make this show go. Starting, by the way, extra thanks to Jillian and my in-laws for taking the kids overnight, giving us a nice start today. Thanks to Jack and Ozzy for their appearance, and Jillian. I'm sure I'm going to have to cut them all checks. Their agent's going to be all over me. I thank the 1,000 people who are watching right now for all being here. Thank you. Please hit like and subscribe on your way out if you haven't already. And if you don't mind, let me just tell you one last time about something delicious that's just waiting for you right now. If you order Ike's, you're going to get it before the Sunday night football game starts. You can probably get it before halftime of the next round of games. Ike's is a delicious sandwich shop opening all around America. He's going to be opening up a new shop in Hawaii soon. That is coming, I believe, on Halloween, which is also Ike's 18-year anniversary as a sandwich spot. I hope there's an Ike's near you soon. I really do. The sandwiches are fantastic, as is the man himself. Thank you very much to the Dubliner. Not only do you get to be a logo today, but you are a T-shirt today. The Dubliner West Portal, great bar in San Francisco. Go say hi to Kenny and John any single time you're in there. And it's the best Guinness you're going to find in all of San Francisco. Love our friends at the Dubliner. And today, That didn't even come close. Christian McCaffrey, anytime touchdown? No. Eddie Pinheiro, more than 1.5 field goals? No. Mac Jones, more than 21.5 completions. Did I even get that? No, I can't. That didn't happen, right? Let me go back to the box again. What did Mac finish with today? 19 completions for Mac Jones. That didn't hit. I went 0 for 4 on all 4 of my sleeper legs. That's a terrible day, Damon. Holy shit. Thank you, Sleeper. Wrap up the show, though, on that note. 0 for 4 on your 4-legger. Hopefully you'll do better. Hopefully you go and sign up on Sleeper, get a $100 deposit match up to $100 using promo code Damon on the link that is right in the top of the description of today's video, and use that for the next round of games for Sunday Night Football, for Monday Night Football, for Game 3 of the World Series, for Warriors games coming on up. Check out all the action that there is on Sleeper, America's fastest growing fantasy site. And that's all she wrote, boys and girls. This was a disaster that will really not be spoken of again. That's how bad that was today for the Niners. Don't be angry. They're still where they need to be. Given their circumstances, they're actually ahead of schedule. Beat the New York Giants next week. Split this 2-game road trip, and things can proceed accordingly from there. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. And please do remember that sports don't build character. They reveal it. That was bad today. That was bad. And like that, he's gone to a petting zoo on a busy 2-lane highway. What was I thinking?